production. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you're able to hear me. I'm using these new headphones right now. Just trying to make sure that you can hear me. All right, cool beans, cool beans. This is episode 61. We did 61 live streams already. Oh man, the grind never stops. 61 of Sir Yeetus' thoughts. And today's topic, I think, is a very important one. No, screw that. I don't think I know is a very important one. Is men need to realize more than ever, especially in 2022, the power that they have when it comes to saying no. No is your most powerful weapon right now. In fact, this weapon is necessary, especially when it comes to all aspects of society, whether it involves your personal life or whether it involves the protests that are happening around the world. And who do I see mainly in the streets with these current protests? Men. Why? Because they had enough. And I'm gonna explain that later on in the stream. But right now, the overall message is, men, what can society make you do when you say no? What can society tell you? How can society sweet talk you into going back into the quote unquote plantation if you put your foot down when you set boundaries? In the shortest summary I can think of when it comes to MGTOW, that's pretty much what it is. A whole big no to society. They can't believe it. They're shocked. Why do you think all these women infiltrating the manosphere and going on the news, quoting that the philosophy, yet they call it a movement? MGTOW is not a movement. Red Pill is not a movement. It's an idea. That's what a lot of people need to start recognizing. MGTOW, Red Pill are not a movement. It's a philosophy. All right? And MGTOW is literally a whole no. It's a big no and fuck you to society. And they're freaking out, going on the news, going on YouTube videos and saying, oh, these people are just extremists. They're so extreme. They're dangerous. How is this so-called movement dangerous when they just want to be left alone? Really? Really? There you go again, getting all up in your feelings because men aren't doing what you want. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's an emergency. Need to call in the National Guard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Men want to be left alone. The audacity. Oh, how dare you? How dare you not answer on my command like the Queen Cleopatra I am? How dare you ignore me? You're supposed to bow down to my every whim without question. And when I say jump, you say how high. You have the audacity to go and do your own thing and live your own life? You misogynist supporter of the patriarchy piece of trash. How dare you go out and be masculine? How dare you be a man? Yep, that's pretty much society in 2022. That's pretty much society. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Even when we give the women what they want, we're still the bad guys. Just for saying, no, I'm not doing this shit. And just walking away. That's it. I'm like, how does that make the quote unquote movement, because that's what they see us as, even though they don't fucking listen. We keep telling them it's not a movement. We have no leader. We have no centralized group of men that's controlling the whole thing. No. It's men around the world that chooses to follow this philosophy, whether they want to or not. Okay? If they still want to go on simping, that's on them. Just don't expect any sympathy from us. Okay? When you crash and burn through that divorce and family courts, all of this is just a choice. You can choose. Okay? You can choose to go your own way. You can choose to be red pill wearer. We're not violent and radical and going nuts like our uh, big adversary, feminism. All we want you to do is to leave us alone. Leave us alone. But I guess we get called extremists in the process, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect fucking sense. Okay. Back to the notes. Oh, wait, hold up. Hey, what's going on, Rishi? Feminist G.I. Jane versus MGTOW Cobra. That's pretty much Rishi summed it up very well. That's pretty much what it is. Let me read the comments before I continue. Because I did go on a little rant right there, my bad. It just annoys me. It just annoys me how red pill, MGTOW, whatever it is, they get called movements. We're not a fucking movement. Shut the fuck up about that. Jeez. It's an idea, philosophy. You should, take that class. I'm sure these feminists took it in high school, in college. The one they wasted their money on to get their gender studies degree. All right. Do. Villainous VIC told a thought the truth about body count. She called me an incel. I said, "Is being celibate supposed to be an incel when the choice is that or a train wreck like you?" That's a good counter. That's a good counter. I love it how women shame men for having a lot of sex, but then also shame men for not having sex. Which one is it? Which one is it, lady? All right, let's go to the next one. The only thing they can do is take your life, which is a bad idea because they need you alive to do their bidding. Yep, and that's where that penis envy comes in. They hate us so much because they want to have all the benefits, but they can't handle the responsibility that comes with it. And when they want to get rid of us so bad, but they can't because they depend on us to survive because they're not men. They can't survive out here in the woods like we can. They can't manipulate. They can't manipulate the environment like men can. Why do you think majority of jobs, when it comes to manipulating the environment, are men? They don't like to put two and two together. They are acting ignorant or they're choosing to be ignorant on this fact. So, but I don't bother trying to understand them, right? Al Bundy, yeah. Cesspool, he said, "Thank you, Line of Big Tower. Develop your lockout game." Yep, develop it like crazy, and I'm definitely going to explain why. We're going to first start with personal, like what you deal with on your daily basis, and we're going to gradually go up to the society in general. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you why it's so important to say no. Do. Yeah, Alex King. Yep, men fix and create things, women destroy and corrupt everything they touch. Hey, I learned very quickly when I was younger. Women consume. They don't build, men build. They know this, but of course they want to LARP as men for some reason. It still boggles my mind to this day that they are fighting for the right to die in wars and working until they're 65 plus. Go for it. Just don't go on TV like, "Oh, it's so hard." Ooh. You chose this. You chose this. You could have went a completely different avenue. You made your bed, not lying in it. All right, let's continue. Do. Canada is literally stripping the truckers of the ability to pay for food, shelter, and clothing. They're panicking. Yeah, and then when the other group, Black Lives Matter, commit billions of dollars worth of property damage and multiple people died in the process, the peaceful protesters. Am I right? Am I right? Do 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 do. Modern women only see men as utilities or to be feared, not respected. Yep, that's pretty much it. We either produce or we're, you know, accepting the grape culture. We're the ones that go ooga booga throughout the night every night. That's why they can't go outside, even though they say they're strong and independent. Even though the FBI database say that men are more likely to get assaulted than women in public. Suspect again. The desperation of these women is testifying. I'm an old guy and I get hit on. Yep. It's getting a little bit bad out there, boys. I'm seeing it too. In fact, I was going to go get a big old coffee from McDonald's because I needed that kick of caffeine. And this lady that was, taking my money, she's like, "Oh, that's your name, huh?" I'm like, yeah. Then she said my name on flirty. I'm like, bro, I just want my fucking coffee. Like, give my damn card. Like, you need to chill. I'm trying to get my coffee, okay? I ain't dealing with you. I ain't dealing with you motherfuckers no more. It's getting bad out there, definitely. Dragon Slayer. Better to be feared than loved. Fear gets people to do shit. Love just gives them excuses. I agree. I'd much rather be feared. I'd much rather be respected. That love thing, that's a emotion. Okay. Like I said before, emotions change like the weather. All right, let's keep going. Do. Just some random guy. They hate Red Pill MGTOW precisely because we have no leader. It's like trying to kill a Hydra when you can only cut one head at a time. Pretty much. Like we not. I haven't really seen people proclaim themselves as a leader of the Red Pill, leader of MGTOW, or blah blah blah. We're just giving our point of view and our advice based on what we see on social media and based on our own experiences. All right. Now, I don't see people like, oh, yes, I am the sole leader. I am charging and leading the way. Oh, I haven't heard one person done it yet. Let me know if you heard a content creator say that. And then I just call them out on their bullshit. I tried to tell a female about the red pill one time and she freaked out at me. I didn't hear me. Why would you be trying to explain it to a female? Oh, come on, bro. You already know how that was going to end. You already know because you're making her look at herself in the mirror. You're making her look at, oh, you and your little sisterhood is causing all this to happen. This great awakening of men waking up to their bullshit. Okay. And like what the earlier comment said, men don't recruit. We don't have to recruit because you guys literally glorify and encourage the mistreatment of men on social media. You encourage and glorify it. Of course, they're going to eventually say, no, fuck this. And one day, even if they don't know about the red pill philosophy or MGTOW philosophy, I'm guarantee you they're going to be practicing that very well from then on. They'll say, fuck marriage, fuck a relationship. I don't want to deal with relationships for the rest of my life. Even though they don't proclaim themselves as MGTOW, they're practicing MGTOW. If they say that I don't want to get married, hey, I'm just gonna go and do my thing. Just not worry about divorce and all that stuff and just mess around, live my life, even though they don't proclaim themselves red pill. They already have the red pill ideas. Since we have social media now, eventually they're going to be hearing about us. And then he will realize, shit, I'm not alone in this. There's countless men out there getting fucked up because of the dating market today. It's not going to be good for modern women within the next 5 years or less. Do, 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 do. Let me keep going because you guys are saying some good shit. We're gonna be reading comments all day. Let me see. Oh yes, there is no bigger backstabber than the sisterhood. Oh lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, oh. Listen, I know there's backstabbers of men and women, but it is way more likely amongst women. Holy shit. Holy shit. Women will betray anyone just to save their own behind. The one person they may not betray, maybe, is their own kids. And that's a big maybe. But overall, especially throughout history, oh, they're backstabbers, all right. All right. Let's keep going. Jumping to the bottom yet? Oh, nope, not yet. Nope, there's more. Darth Hideous. I see a lot more normies espousing red pill ideas, and they have no idea about what MGTOW is or why is it a thing. So that means the philosophy is spreading like a wildfire. It's spreading because the red pill MGTOW is just a name. It's just a name. You know, the ideas of its own is what's more important, and that there's a lot more normies. Hell, I'm seeing teenagers spouting red pill philosophies. No, sir, use women won't betray women more crueler than them. Go back to my fear. Well, I don't get it. Oh, emotions aren't evil. They're just a chemical reaction in the brain. They're unreliable. It's a horrible idea to base society's laws on feelings. Well, that's what happened within the last 60, 70 years. Actually, no. We go all the way back to 1919. That's pretty much what happened. All right. They feel like they needed the right to vote. They feel like women don't need a man anymore. We'll support them through the government. They feel like men are dispensable and obsolete. In fact, we don't even need men anymore. Okay, if they're not breaking their backs on the harsh jobs of society, whether it's out there in the ocean, fish in the middle of the ocean, oil rigs, construction, roofing, anything that keeps society going. That's all that man's good for at this point. If you're not able to do that or produce anything else of value, you are obsolete. And what they mean by value, they mean you better be in the top 20%. All right. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck what kind of work you do if you're not in the top 20%. Okay, you're invisible to them. It's getting bad. So, oh, one more thing. Just some random guy. He's not on the stream because he's pretty busy. He's a busy man lately, but it's okay. You'll see him whenever he can. You'll see him. But man has to do what he gotta do. All right, let's continue. Why is it so important for a man to say no? All right, this starts with your personal life. You understand that when it comes to dealing with women, dealing with family, dealing with friends, all three groups, they want you to do something for them. Not for the betterment of you. It's for their own benefit. Okay. For example, I'm sure everybody right now at some point, if you're old enough, had parents that said, hey, why don't you get married? Why don't you get married? Why don't you look for a girlfriend? Why don't you why don't you look for a wife? Hey, look, I'm with my coworkers right now, okay? How about you talk to my coworker, my female coworker, okay? She's single. Why don't you go talk to her so you can hurry up and start making me grandbabies? Knowing the consequences that's going on out there when it comes to marriage and child support. That's why in 2022 you have to be able to put your foot down and say no, no, I'm not doing this. Why would I volunteer myself to go into the slaughterhouse? That makes no sense. I'm not going to have no. It's too high of a risk. And I'm letting you know right now, your moms will be fighting a lot harder than your dads. Okay, your moms will be fighting a lot harder. They're the ones that want grandkids the most. Hell, some of you probably don't even know. That's one of the sole purpose that that you're here because they were looking forward to having a kid, a grandkid. So they get highly upset when you tell them, no, I'm not dealing with no kids or nothing right now. I don't want to get married. Why would I ruin my life for your own convenience? That's not going to happen. Similar when you're dealing with a girl, right? Especially in 2022, things are getting pretty desperate out there. Things are looking pretty bleak. You know, not only because of what's happening in the dating market, but what's happening around the world. Oh, you guys already know things are getting pretty spicy. So you will be seeing girls that normally wouldn't fuck with you that will try to come up to you and try to have that fake, manipulative, controlling agenda against you. You know, and since you're red pill MGTOW, you can see right through that bullshit. But she wants to give you that hope. She wants to give you that hope that I'm not like these other girls. But she's clearly those other girls. So that's why you need to put your foot down and say, no, I'm not dealing with you or your bullshit. I like my money. I like my time. I like my alone time. All right. No cohabitation, no relationship, no marriage. And I learned that from Coach Ray Adams. I kind of mixed up the thing, but yeah. No marriage, no relationships, no cohabitation. I can't ever see myself living with a woman. Oh no, that's a big no. And then things might get even worse in the future if shit doesn't get better. You best believe there'll be a lot of homosexuals. What's a homosexual, Sir Yeetus? I'll tell you. A homosexual is a person that solely gets with you so they can have a place to lay their head down at night. They just need a place to sleep. All right, and they will do whatever they can to make sure that they have a warm place to lay their head down, especially if things starts to get worse because of the current situation that we have. And what do they have to offer these days? Come on. You already know, Chad. What do model women really have to offer these days? What? Instagram followers? What? Hot dogs? Cut up hot dogs and macaroni and cheese? Even though, those do hit, though. Those do hit. Burnt ramen noodles because they don't know how to cook ramen noodles somehow. And a used up box that you will have to pay for and maintain, that she gave away that box, that puniti, for free. She gave it away for free to Chad and Tyrone. But she's coming to you because she needs a place to stay. Of course, Chad and Tyrone ain't going to let her stay with them. No. But she's hoping that nice guy, which is you, And she doesn't know that you're red pill now. So that's why you need to put your foot down, create them boundaries, and say, fuck that. No. Never. Never. Get out of my sight. And notice the coincidence that a lot of men that went through this in 2020, when shit got real with the current situation, with the beer flu, I had 3 women from my past hit me up talking about some hey stranger shit. Oh, I see that you're doing good with yourself based on your profile pictures. I'm like, yeah, I am doing great. What about it? But what are you trying to say? And then eventually she's gonna go on about how her life is so bad financially, how she's financially struggling. And you see it coming. Like I come on. Why else would she hit you up 6, 7, 8, 9 years later? Why else? Come on. Make sure you laugh, point and laugh in their face and say, nope, nothing's gonna happen. Get the fuck out of here. So, especially friends, okay? But depending on the people that you hang around with, and you need to be very conscious on who you surround yourself with. You need to be very self-aware, okay? Because personally, I don't fall for that peer pressure shit. But a lot of men out there, unfortunately, they do fall for that peer pressure. They do. And these men, depending on your age, they always want you to go out clubbing. They always want you to go out in bars all the time. They always want to go pick up girls every night. They're wondering why you don't have a girlfriend, so they're gonna try to find a girlfriend for you, which would have been fine like 15, 20 years ago, maybe. But things got out of control. Things has gone too far. And as a man, you need to be able to preserve yourself. You need to have self preservation. So even though you're friends, depending on who you're friends with, you need to put your foot down to say, no, I'm not doing all that shit. It's a waste of money, first off, and it's a waste of time. Not saying you can't go. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But going every weekend or going every other day to do some stupid shit and waste all your money? No, no. Not only waste your money, but waste your money on some use up puniti? Hell no. I got way better things to do than to be chasing tail every fucking day. No. Not gonna happen. And the biggest thing you need to worry about the most is the people that you surround yourself with is those male feminists. The male feminist is the biggest concern, biggest issue. Not just modern women, but the male feminists. If you're friends with this guy or associated with this guy, I've seen it myself. He will put himself and the rest of his crew in danger over some fucking box, over some puniti. I've seen it. He wanted to become Captain Saberho, and then he is the one that is getting beat up, and you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta go help, all because he want to defend this random girl's honor or whatever. I've seen that happen. Thank God I never was that stupid to. I'm like, hey, you decided to do that shit. You decided to put on your cape and try to save the day when she didn't need any saving at all. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Little Chronic, what? What? Oh, hey, Under Chronic, what's going on, man? What's going on? Once again, Little Chronic, blessing us with his presence, blessing us with the kush. I'm sure he's doing some kush right now, just just vibing. uh, so yeah, well, when it comes to saying no, is very important. It's very important. The biggest thing that's happening in society right now, the biggest things are going on everywhere, is because a man just is sick of it, sick of it. And he's like, no, I don't have to deal with this shit. And the biggest thing is saying no to yourself. All right, I know it's easier said than done, but telling yourself, no, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a fat fuck anymore. Maybe I need to go to the gym. He's not in here, Jonathan. But yeah, you gotta say no to yourself. Say no, I don't want to go to the fucking gym. No, I don't want to fucking uh uh be weak minded. No, I don't want to be pushed around. I no, and that's the biggest power you have as a man. Yes, holding yourself accountable is crucial. It's crucial because what is that? What is that? What is that saying again? It's just as bad as doing nothing. You're no different than the rest of the people that are negative or not doing anything for themselves or just downright evil. Saying no has so much power because once you say no to society, once you say no to these females, when you say no to friends and family, what can they do to you? What can they do to you? Nothing. Nothing. Saying no and walking away, what the fuck can they do? That's why they're so angry with MGTOW. That's why they're so angry. Because they literally can't do nothing. What are they going? What are they going to do? They're going to try to drag you back to the plantation by force. First off, they're not even strong enough. Second, they know there's consequences if they really try to kick the hornet's nest. Just like what V for Vendetta and the quote from V for Vendetta. You can't kill an idea. Ideas are bulletproof. And that's what's making them so angry, so pissed off. Because once again, like how men are built and born to do, we adapt. We adapt and overcome. We adapt to our adversity and dangers. And right now, the modern women are the danger. The male feminists are the danger. The unfair, the unjust system, court system, whether it's divorce court, family court, criminal court, men always adapt and overcome. And we did it again. And right now it's pissing them off so much. And they all thought that this MGTOW idea, this red pill idea, was all a big joke until around 2016. 2016 and onward, oh, oh, they found out that this red pill philosophy is spreading like a wildfire, and now it's around the world. And the more men reject this modern society and walks away and do their own thing, like how they're supposed to, the more society will be in danger. The more that men wakes up and say, hey, I don't have to do this. What the fuck? And just walk away. Oh, oh man. They know. They know it's gonna be bad. But I got my closing statement in for now. I am going to start inviting people if you want to join. See if you want to talk about this right quick. because I'm sure you guys have other ideas, other topics you can speak on. I'm telling you guys, saying no is very important. Saying no is very, very important. So go ahead and join if you can or if you want. Meanwhile, before we begin, if you want to support the channel or the Warband in general, please click on the link that's that pinned on top of the chat and donate to paypal.me/Yeetus. You see that cool GIF I have right in front of you in your screen? That's because of you guys' donation. 100% of the money will be going towards the production of this channel and whatever the Warband needs. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. All right, let's start adding people in. Hey, yo, Real Talk, what's going on?
What's good, my brother?
I am doing phenomenal. Also, I'm going to add Carry On. Carry On, what's going on?
I'm good.
And also, I'm going to be adding the one, the only, Rishi.
Yo.
Yeah.
What was that for? You're hyped today. I like that shit.
Cobra Commander. Chronic Commander.
Hey,
from this day forth, you shall be known as Restro, Destroyer of Nations.
Oh my god.
Yes, Chronic Commander.
But we're going to start with you, Rishi. What's your perspective on the topic today of a man's most powerful weapon in 2022 is saying no?
Yeah, I do agree with that. It's especially in this environment right now, the best thing to do for a guy is to abstain from a lot of things, not to, spite or be aggressive or cause problems. Simply walk away, because honestly, that's going to be the best outcome for you.
And have you ever had any instances or situations where you said no and the person got really pissed off, like what would you mean no, but you still walked away anyway, say nope, I'm not doing it?
Yeah, I mean, you'll deal with some people that'll accept it and be like, okay, cut their losses, but you'll also deal with the emotionally minded people. Most times they're not going to do anything. I mean, if they do something, then throw hands.
Throw hands, goddamn.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, when I say they do something, it means usually they'll get into an altercation with you.
What if it's like a woman screaming in your face because you don't want to take the relationship to the next level?
Well, yeah. I mean, it can apply to a lot of things. Well, I mean,
I'm fucking with you.
Probably, yeah.
No, come on, man.
That's kind of based. I'm not gonna lie.
God damn. Okay, we shouldn't be laughing about that.
You just gotta be like Frank Castle. You gotta be like, talking to the Punisher. Only I do the one thing you can't. You hit them and they get back up, and I hit them and they stay down.
Where's your resolve? All right. We're gonna go on to real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, as far as the topic goes, men, we have to do one thing, and I'm always talking about, and I pulled this from Dr. BOA, keep your gaiters on their neck, but you got to literally keep your own gaiters on your own neck before you do it to anyone else. You really have to hold yourself to the highest level of accountability through uncompromising principles, which makes you a man. All we have in this world, in this fucked up, upside down world society, is saying no and walking away. Those are our power plays. All the rest of the power has been given to the creature. So that's really all we have. And if you don't utilize your only tools, then you're going to let yourself be victim to this society that wants to swallow you up whole, digest all that you have to give and then shit you out through divorce or through self-deletion.
I agree. So is that why, the main reason why, would you agree that there's people on male feminists and model women on YouTube and on big media classifying as the MGTOW quote unquote movement extremists?
Of course, because our thought process, it's like the symmetry has been normalized to such a degree that anything that where a man is like, what was it? All I have, I forgot what this was from. It was from a song or from a movie. Or was it Tony Montana? All I have is my balls and my word. The moment that man conceptualize walking away, says no, and he grabs his fucking balls and he starts to walk away, they're like, wait a second. He's not like the rest of the simps. He's an extremist. He cupped his balls and he walked out of the room in fury. Or he walked out of the room with indifference. When you cup your balls and you walk out with indifference, oh man, it's the complete opposite of love. They want us to fall victim to and I say this is the beta mindset, the blue pill mindset. Love and hate is what keeps you in that cycle. But when you choose indifference, and indifference is walking the fuck away, then indifference is literally equivalent to extremist.
In the eyes of these feminists.
Exactly. And the male feminists, the cucks and everyone else.
I agree 1,000,000%. All right. Carry on. What's your perspective on the topic today?
Well, it makes sense. If a game, saying no is technically not playing the game. If a game's rigged, I'm not going to be playing in it. Because me playing in it is me wasting my time on something I know I'm going to lose. Because the ref is on their side and they get to pull out any moves. Let's say you're playing chess and they can literally skip like 5 places with a pawn. You're going to lose. Even if you try your hardest and you're doing the best you can, you might win if you're extremely skilled and lucky. But most of the time, you will lose. So the best situation in that event is just to flip the game over and say, I'm not playing anymore. And even like it helps you with family, women, but also in workplaces. Like if you are firm in your beliefs and how you see yourself, you will get paid mostly better. And that's been like studies. That's why most women don't get raises, because they just sit down and expect to get the stuff instead of being firm.
Oh yeah, like men are more willing to negotiate their wages. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I agree. Women just sit there just expecting to come to them. Men actually fight for it. Their actual livelihood depends on it. So they're gonna be very firm on what they believe they should be getting paid. And then it's just hilarious how women are like, oh, we're not going to get paid less, blah, blah, blah. Did you negotiate your wage? No. There's your answer. But I agree with the indifference thing that Real Talk said. And what Jonathan has with the comment. Indifference is about as powerful as saying no. I agree. Being stoic in today's society is also a big thing. Hell, you don't have to say yes. You don't have to say no. You just don't care. Just don't give a shit. And that's just as bad, Like it. If you don't see, not caring is big, because it also goes back to the tribal times. What happens when a man does not really give a fuck about that woman? He's like, I don't care. I really don't care that you're here. Go away. Her life is in danger, right? Mm-hmm. Because he's supposed to be the provider, the protector. And when he does not give a shit, he's very indifferent. Hell, what happened? Like, she will start freaking out because, hell, what if big old saber-tooth tiger comes out of nowhere? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm not fighting that. Good luck. She's dead, right?
Yep.
So I agree. I agree what Real Talk is saying. Being stoic and indifference is good. Like, I had to do it before. All right, it's this one girl I was messing with in 2014 14, 15. I think it's 15. I was just, chilling, playing the game because I kept my console at her house because it was like just a stop, like on my way back to my place. And, I just chilled there for like an hour or two, just whatever, fucking off. And we got into argument, and she like stood up to me like she was some grown ass man. I was like, huh. And then I just packed up my PS4 and walked out. Didn't say shit to her. I ignored her apologies, her cries, or whatever. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, all right. Walked out. Never talked to her. Blocked her on everything. I was told by a few of my homeboys, like she was destroyed. Like she was contacting two of my homeboys. I don't know how she got their number, right? But she somehow got it. Like she just went on a whole FBI investigation on social media to try to get to me. But I was like, nah, fuck you. I'm not gonna let some 5'2" woman trying to come up on me like she's some grown ass man. Like what the? And then you gotta think about it. Do I really want to deal with this the rest of my life? Nope. I just got up and walked away. If I was a couple years younger, if I was 18 years old, I probably would have dealt with that shit. I probably would have been arguing with her all night. But since I got red pilled by then, I'm like, all right, fuck this. And I left. So, real talk, I definitely agree. Indifference is powerful.
Yeah, I've experienced listening to Chronic when he debates male feminists at large of any sort. Every single time he gets down to what he really wants in a woman, what is really, important is, her eggs and her age and her fertility, being a virgin. They instantly and then it's like they start to try to shame him, and he literally stays as cool as a cucumber, indifferent to whatever they're trying to lob at him. And it's just like goes to show, just through a voice debate, they can't even see his face. They're enraged from his indifference.
Oh, I saw that. Who's that one teacher? Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy's room?
Yeah, I saw his face. He was jumping out of his chair, like fuming. I'm like, oh shit. Like you heard him like yelling in the debate. And so I went over to his channel and saw the debate. Oh, he was big mad. I'm like, dead. And there goes just Chronic just laughing. I can hear him laughing his ass off. Like he's just flailing his arms like, oh. But when Andre Chronic was debating that most recent dude, I forgot what his name was. The black dude?
Mm-hmm.
The black commie.
Yeah.
You're a bad person.
He was very annoyed. He was not stoked at that one.
I didn't know he was black, honestly.
He showed a picture on Discord, I think. I think that's how I know. But he was. I thought he was. I swore he was. You talking about the most recent guy crying debater, right?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was black.
Yeah, I know he's black, but at the time, I didn't know he was black.
Oh no, I was talking to Carry On.
Oh no! I know. He did say it in the stream or before the stream.
No, but Andre Chronic was very annoyed that he was not stoked in that one. He ripped that kid a fucking new one, and I loved every second of it. He showed that kid like 2% of his power. Like there was no way. There was no way, and of course he's not going to overtalk Chronic. Chronic's the Chad in the conversation. You don't overtalk Chad. Chad overtalks you.
It was a classic simp move for this guy to always try to redirect the argument into a subjective manner. And Chronic's like looking at it from the biggest perspective possible. He's thinking outside of himself, reciting the studies and whatnot. And he's on an objective lens. And every single time Chronic's trying to steer it objectively, as men do in conversation, this guy had to keep going back to the subjective blue pill male feminist thought process, and it's like I think that's why Chronic was getting so pissed off.
Yeah, the extreme case scenarios, like literally very specific, extreme worst case scenarios to the point where you only have literally one answer for his question, and that's the answer that he wants. So under Chronic, he did not hold back. He ripped up a new one. I'm like, I never heard under Chronic this annoyed in debate. I loved it. I'm like, yeah, under Chronic, yeah. Tell him how it's done. You're way more calmer than me. I would have been going all UFC in his face type shit. Like, you stupid male slut. But indifference is definitely important. All right, important to the max, because you've noticed that in society, a lot of people they tend to care about things, worry about things, stress out about things that are out of their control. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
To the point where their health is literally failing. Like, oh, why won't she love me? Oh, why people don't like me? Oh, why can't I do this? I'm like, bro, just you do you. You do you. Don't quit trying to please everybody. Quit trying to, once again, be Captain Saberho. Don't worry. At one point, 97% of the chat is trying to, when they were younger, whether it's in their teenage years or whatever, they were trying to be a people pleaser, especially to women, because that's what we're taught to do, right? You were taught to be like, here, my lady, you said you didn't have any lunch. Don't worry, I can go hungry. Seriously, you want my extra carton of chocolate milk? Here, I got 50 cents. Here. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And in my opinion, it's definitely the fault of single mothers and weak simps, weak cucks out there that taught this for how many years now? 60 years?
Yes,
70 years?
60 years at least.
Of just, oh yeah, the most important figure in your life is a girl. You never hit a girl. You never disrespect them, even if they hit you and treat them like shit. All right? You never, ever treat them wrong, okay? They're literally walking angels.
Yeah.
That's what majority of men were taught when they were younger. Not anymore. We got social media. Now we're hearing teenagers saying red pill shit. But when we were growing up, I'm sure you guys were taught the same, like, right? Like, oh, don't ever disrespect a woman. I don't care if she has a knife, all right? You just hold her down or something, bro.
I wasn't told not to disrespect. I was told not to hit. Disrespect wasn't totally different.
Oh, she cracked your ribs? Yeah, she did that, man. But listen, all right? Listen, it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Just apologize, man. Just write a letter, okay?
The homegirl abusive. Man, it's like I'm addicted to this shit.
Like, don't fight back, bro. It doesn't matter if she kicked your fucking ribs in.
Bro, she's weird.
Nah,
ass.
Buy her roses, you disrespectful people. There's a reason why she's acting that way, okay? Maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, that's feeding into that love versus hate bullshit instead of just walking the fuck away. And I want to allude to the blue pill mindset. Like, I think through the programming of the American dream, we were convinced that everything has to be perfect. And I think the biggest red pill, one of the most quote unquote alpha pills you can take, is accepting that Nothing's ever going to be perfect. You got to roll with the punches, and like RPM says, it is what it is.
I love that saying. I've been saying that since like the middle when I joined the military, because it's a good mindset to have. There's some things you just can't control. It is what it is. Like what can you do? All you can do at the end of the day is focus on you. Make sure you're good. Make sure you're the best version of yourself. But yeah, never ever, never. See, I don't know if I'm just getting mean, I'm getting older, or both. I just don't have any sympathy for Sims anymore. I just don't. There's too much information out there. I refuse to believe it. I just refuse to. Like, women literally put their bad behavior on social media.
They don't put it on. They flaunt that. They promote it.
Yeah. They brag about it. Yeah. Literally. And you're still trying to have a family with these type of women? Are you kidding me? Not only trying to start a family, but start a family in her 30s. Not only try to start a family with this lady that's in her 30s, but start a family with a lady in her 30s that's pregnant 9 months. Not kid, it's not even yours.
That was so that was painful to listen to. I watched Bachelor review it. It's like he's the most. What was it again that they gave him? He was a hero and he's the man of the year or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, damn. If that's man of the year, I don't want to be a man. Like,
no.
If that was man of the year is, I don't want to be anywhere close to that.
They literally, in my opinion, they literally trapped him. They trapped the fuck out of him. Because how are they going to treat that guy if he got up and left today? He would be demolished. He would be destroyed by society. Because how dare you praise? But how dare you take all praise and just walk away from the family? You need to stay there and be the father of that kid. You were already dating her for a week.
Yeah, he would have got hunted down and doxxed. Shit, Antifa might have even showed up at his house with Molotov cocktails.
Literally. And he would have been exiled to fucking... Nah, he would have been sentenced to go into the Pride Parade. That would have been his punishment. You are banished. See you here in June. You're gonna stay here 24/7 for the next 30 days. Because I think it's in June, right? The Pride Parade. I think it is in June.
No, we in Black History Month.
What do you have?
We in Black History Month.
Hey,
let me tell you about Black History.
Why can't we celebrate? Why can't we celebrate Black History every day? Okay, we don't need to flaunt it in 1 month. Like, ooh, we're great. No, take that shit out. My opinion, I think, is insulting that we just put 1 month, not only 1 month, but the shortest month of the fucking year when it comes to Black History. Tear that shit out, and we'll just celebrate Black History every day. Look at the chitlins. Look at the fried chicken. Look at the Kool-Aid. Okay, like seriously. Hey, that's all we drink in the hood. Drink that Kool-Aid.
We had grape juice. What the hell are you talking about?
Grape juice. I'm more of the blue raspberry juice, but yeah, it works. But why can't we celebrate Martin Luther King every day? Rosa Parks every day? Why can't we celebrate Rodney King every day, even though he was a druggie? Why does it have to be just 1 month? Like what OG just said right now. Black history is American history. Why can't we just celebrate it as American history? I don't know. It's just me. I know you guys don't want to touch on that. You know, you don't want to get
Well,
canceled. You don't
I
want to
could
get canceled
offer.
by Twitter. You don't be canceled.
I think Black History. We got to find out when it was made. February was made Black History Month because I think they may want to use that as a divisive tool in this country. Where if there are people who are truly racist, it's just like, oh look, Black people have their own month. Like it's a. I think it could be used as a divisive tactic throughout the country. It's like, oh, we're getting, or Blacks could see it as, you guys are basically suppressing our history into 1 month. Why don't we have the whole year? And then white people who truly hate Blacks or any other race that doesn't like Blacks is like, well, why the hell do they have their own month and I don't have mine? You know, it's kind of, I think, more of a divisive thing than anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of that Black History Month shit. And before the chat freaks out, oh, what are you saying? I'm black as fuck. All right, so I can't get canceled. At least
I don't believe that.
I know of.
Nah, they'll call you Uncle Tom, bro.
Yeah, I tell them, hey, you can suck my big black shalom.
You Uncle Tom, you race traitor.
Oh, just because I can speak big words, huh? That's why? Because I went to college? Oh.
Yeah, you
Oh,
educated, man.
Yeah, bro.
How dare you? What the fuck does that even mean? What are you talking about? Quit speaking that Chinese.
Dude, it's
Like,
so
what?
weird. It honestly, I could never, like, first time I like heard this, like, that phenomenon, right, of like the crabs in the bucket, like what was going on. I think one of the guys told me, I knew this like black guy, right? Well, he wasn't really, he wasn't really, you know, grown up at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, he liked, fishing pretty much. And he's telling me he liked fishing, and like every like black person he knows would like berate him for liking to fish, just saying that's a white, activity or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And I
far
was like,
not true, but yeah.
that was like, bro, what is he talking about?
Well, was he from the city?
He wasn't really from the city, I don't think.
That's weird because I know countless black people that fish all the time.
Yeah, that's like, bro, but it happens like all the time. Like,
Oh, you eat healthy. That's not black. You can't be eating healthy and be black at the same time.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
kind of weird.
What you doing with all them vegetables in your goddamn plate?
So while we're on this,
go get you some more chitlins.
have you guys like experienced that before though?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, can you tell us like one specific instance if you like feel comfortable in telling us?
Let me think, because there was a good amount. Because I was in the suburbs for middle school and high school. You guys can tell by the voice. What happened? Oh, I wore a flannel shirt. I think it was flannel.
Bruh.
If I'm saying it correctly.
A flannel shirt.
And I was rocking it. I look great, But for some reason, it's unacceptable. It's a traitorous thing to do as a black man to wear a flannel, I guess. What the fuck you have on? Like, you have a flannel. Like, it's a flannel. That's it. It's a fucking shirt. I want to wear this shirt. Oh, so you're talking about them, huh? I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? He's like, hey, never forget, bro. Hey, you ain't them, all right? You one of us, all right? I'm like, what the fuck does that even? Hey, this ain't no cult like bull. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I please. What the fuck,
bro?
Act like I'm wearing a dress or something.
For real, Free Ross, bro. Free Ross said something, bro.
Oh shit, my bad.
I was like, it's recent. I think it sums it up pretty good.
Same people who call you Uncle Tom sell out, shoot and rob their own fellow, but don't, Free Ross. You ain't supposed to be base. You can't be too base. All right. Now I got Susan locking in on my channel right now. Free Raw speaking facts. Literally. And that's why I don't get. That's the biggest thing I don't get about the BLM bullshit, right? Yes, I am completely against the BLM bullshit. How are you going to flip out whenever there's a white cop that kills a black man, yet nothing but silence and actually encourage when there's black on black crime? What's your answer, black community? Explain.
Well, just like there'd be some murder case. It was in Chicago actually, where this succubus and thuggo that she was with, they literally got their 9-year-old boy. They set up his murder for a GoFundMe, and they cashed out like $300,000 or $400,000. Tommy Sotomayor covered this years ago, and no one in the community would speak up for this young boy who was just an innocent victim to like a large criminal ring. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I understand, like, in the community protecting each other, but when you're talking about a child, that's taking it way too far, man. It was just disgusting.
Yeah, and they don't even broadcast all these the black people's deaths when it comes to black on black crime, especially black children. They don't broadcast it on social media or on the news. None of that.
They couldn't. It would be so prevalent that would be disturbing for most people.
It'll be against the narrative.
Yeah.
That there's actually way more black people getting killed amongst each other than the cops.
Bro, it's like that for every group. Every other group is your group protects your group way more than any other outside group.
I know, but I'm just.
But in the black community, it's ridiculously large.
I'm not that far from one of the most dangerous cities in the country.
Chicago.
I'm not that far at all. Chirac, yeah.
Yep.
I just guessed.
Go to South Chicago. Yeah, you get. Yeah, see, you already know. Just based on me just saying the most dangerous city. Baltimore is not that far behind, but like go to South Chicago. It's literally a war zone at night. Literally. You do not want to go to South. No, you're fucked. And they have one of the highest murder rates in the country. Even when the black on black crime got so bad, I'm on the who's that Chicago mayor?
Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah, even when
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Even when President Trump himself said, "Hey, I'm going to offer you federal help to make sure that things go down, the crime rate goes down in the black communities, because that's where mainly the crimes are being conducted." And she refused.
You know that her and Barack Obama have the same exact birthday? I thought that was like just a little bit too coincidental.
It's insane. It's insane how the black community, and remember, chat, I'm black myself, so don't fucking get your panties in a bunch. If you're one of those SJWs, fuck you. I'm dead ass on that. They're so on their high horse when there's a racial killing from a black person and a white cop, or a white person killing a black person, and they're on their high horse. But in their own neighborhoods, it's literally a fucking war zone. No one bats a fucking eye. Nobody says shit.
That's because anyone that did say, it's the same as saying no. Like anyone that said, we do some bullshit, I said, I don't want to play this game anymore. Should we improve ourselves? And they're like, we don't want to do that. That's too much trouble. That's my son. That's my cousin. That's my nephew. That's my dad. And it's like the same. Like the black community can be the best way to say it. Like people in the black community that just leave is because they try to fix it. They try to make it better so many times. They try to tell people, and in the end, it's like, I have to leave. I can't be here, so I'm going to say no and dip out from the whole game because it's rigged. I have to leave these people because they will drag me down if I try to like get to a higher place.
Here's the thing, like they don't want to fix it. Like it's clear, like you guys are proposing, you guys can propose real solutions to like change your community. But the simple truth is most people don't want to fix quote unquote racism because that's their perfect excuse to rob and like kill, pretty much, to commit
That's the same-
crimes and get away with it.
Well, I can say that's the same thing with like women. They don't want to solve any of the problems that they have. They'll be like, "Oh, it's sexism. It's this, is that, it's that." It's like they have the ways that they can improve, but they choose not to do because it gives them. They have responsibilities if they do that. If they want to improve, they have to live by standards, and live by standards is hard, but it's also beneficial in the end.
Absolutely.
I agree, 1,000,000%. I agree. Hey, my bad, chat, for going on political on you guys, but that is something that needs to be spoken about. And I'm not done.
If you guys want a real pill, look up Angela Davis speech on YouTube. 1972. Look what she says.
And I'm sure you guys heard me say this a lot of times before, but yeah, I believe the black community is way beyond saving. You can't save the black community anymore. Why do you think the black people that make it out of the hood, usually rappers, celebrities, whatever, they don't come back? And the people that do chooses to stay in the hood and try to help them out and make it better, they end up dead.
It's like sometimes they don't even try to help it. They just go back one time to meet someone that they know and they die. It's like,
True,
what the fuck?
true, but you know the people that actually tries to help. What's his name? Nipsey Hussle. Literally bought his own block. Literally trying to have a place or a community where black people can be proud of and make their own, right? Killed by his own homie from the hood. Who else got killed? Who's the most recent one that got killed? Young Dolph, the rapper. When he stays in his hood and he actually helps people out a lot. And in fact, there was plans of him handing out Thanksgiving turkeys in the hood for Thanksgiving. Got mowed the fuck down while he was getting some cookies from a cookie shop.
Man, you can't have shit in the hood.
You can't. And I don't and the black community acts so fucking confused and shocked on why when black people make it out, they don't come back. They don't try to help. Because when they try to help, for some reason, that's a death sentence.
Yeah, something that was really interesting about Dolph's murder was, for the first time, I've never seen this in my life, but the black community, all on YouTube, all the people in Memphis were like, we got to do something about these guns. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Don't turn this into a gun control story. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's gonna make shit so much worse.
Yeah,
Because
criminals
you think-
can always get guns.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
think the criminals give a fuck about the law? They're criminals for a reason. Like, are you kidding me? Nobody's taking my fucking guns. First off, that's my second right. So, anybody wants to come and try to take the guns, I'm gonna have my night vision goggles, my ammunition. I'm gonna have all the lights off while
Rainbow Six.
Yep, while blaring "Fortunate Son." You want to come get the guns? Come get it. But you will be wondering, yo, why is he blasting "Fortunate Son"? Oh, you're gonna find out. That's all I can say on YouTube. So, but yeah, that's a big issue in the black community, man. We are the epitome of hypocrites. The epitome of being a hypocrite. Are you serious? That's why I'm sick of that victim mentality shit. I'm like, where are they getting this victim mentality bullshit from? Oh, who are raising these very same men and women for the last 60, 70 years? Black women.
Yeah, another thing that I've noticed, but even black friends tell me they'll use the saying, "Fake it till you make it," and then they'll admit, "Yeah, I'm N-word rich," and I'm like, man, like, when are you gonna start to, diversify yourself and like get out of that like little boy, that thuggo mentality, And these are kids I grew up with since kindergarten, and I'm like, dog, like you got to really get out of that mindset, or else some bad shit will probably happen.
Exactly, and don't get me wrong, I say the N word at times when I'm like heated or excited. It's just part of my. It's part. I grew up with that shit. Okay,
It's culture.
Yeah, but I try my best not to use that word. You guys rarely hear me say that word. Rarely. I know Rishi heard me say it a couple times.
Bruh.
But
Couple of times.
yeah, a couple. Don't even try it. I don't even say it like that. Don't even try it. Only when I'm really pissed off or excited. Okay, fuck off. But yeah, why can't you just say you're rich? Why can't you just say rich? I'm rich. Why
No.
Hey, rich?
No, what I mean is fake it till you make it, and the N-word rich goes along with one another. Like they don't want to really, they don't want to really hunker down, make sacrifices, and like propel themselves to a level that will be outside of the neighborhood, that will be outside of like the culture. Like they don't want to be called Uncle Tom, so they'd rather stay quote unquote N-word rich and fake it till you make it. It's like stop faking it, bro. Like start digging deep and doing something for yourself.
I misheard you. My bad. Let me start over. When it comes to being N-rich, it's pretty hilarious, pathetic, and sad because I can tell you immediately the black single mothers in general encourage this shit. I've seen it personally. They encourage this mentality of being a thug, of being a gangster, of being this and that, being the N-word rich, all that shit. Black women encourage that shit. You guys ever seen how black mothers treat their daughters and sons? I'll get to that in a bit. But it's sad and pathetic that there's people out in the corner killing each other over property that they don't even own. They're literally killing each other on the corner for shit that they don't own themselves.
Or someone else's beef. Or it's like some elders' beef that they're fighting over and they kill each other for. So it's like, you don't even hate the guy. You might be playing football the guy like 2 years ago. But now you're killing him because someone that is your elder doesn't like his elder, so you're going to attack that group. It's just like a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah, and there are instances, yes, where gang members in the community's like, yo, this shit is fucking stupid. Why are we even doing this? And they do try their best to try to, get the community get together somehow. I'm sure you guys seen the videos of Bloods and Crips getting along, or the Vice Lords and the GDs getting along. GD is Gaius the Disciples, if you guys don't know that. But it's always overshadowed, and you never see it broadcasted. Have you ever seen two gang members get along on the news? Like two groups of gangs taking hands and hanging out together? Have you guys ever seen that on mainstream media?
Well, nah. You don't see
that
a lot
wouldn't
of things
sell.
that will benefit people.
Regardless, when it does happen, do you see it?
No.
No, they don't want to show you that. They want to keep the division, the hate, and the killing up, because that's the narrative, and they got to stick to it because that's the best way to, it's kind of sad because a lot of white people will try to look at the community and they'll try to understand it, and at the end of the day, they'll just try to think that like black people aren't there. They'll try to think that there is an agenda for black people to be held down, and that they just are naturally wanting to do this shit when the entire culture is based around thuggo and them, like Black Ram 313. In a video, he says, the moment I cleaned up my act, the moment I stopped running in the streets with like gangs and shit, he says the well of pussy dried up. Like I dried these bitches up and they no longer wanted anything to do with me. Nothing about my style really changed. Nothing about my look changed, but my mindset changed. And when I stepped away from the crazy culture, they didn't really want anything to do with you. They disown you if you're not like keeping up
Doing
with that
bullshit.
fast, crazy life. Exactly. It's fucked up.
Hey, you
Sometimes
not a bad boy. You change.
Yeah, you ain't one of us anymore.
You
Yeah,
change.
what's it called? You lost your way.
You're not the man I fell in love with.
You don't know what it is to be black no more. You want to be one of them.
Yeah, I guess the black community is a big thing of like people not saying no to bullshit. They just accept it every time it keeps on popping up again and again till it got to a point where it's literally decaying. There was so many chances to fix it in you could say the 70s. Shit got bad and like really bad at the 70s, and these days let it go and they let it slide. 80s it got bad, 90s it got really bad. It seemed like it was getting better in like early 2000s, and after it just went back to shit.
The crack epidemic was what really pushed that shit over the top. And that was pushed by the CIA. We all know that story.
Yep. And on top of that, the single mother phenomenon as well. That didn't help either. And the black people, they like what Carrie said, they don't say no. They just accept whatever bullshit that happens. And to get what they want, they play victim. But they, in general, I'm talking about black people as a whole, they don't sit back and think like, why is our problems always getting brought up every 4 years? Why is that? It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Because now that Sleepy Joe is in the presidency now, literally no word about how he's helping the black community.
Well, he's helping the black community. He's giving them free, clean crack pipes.
well, damn. I forgot about that, actually. Yeah, you're right. It's getting... I hope... Like, why isn't he not removed yet? Because if this was President Trump, he would have been like, eject your seat, cuz literally ejected out of the presidency by now.
You already know.
Like,
you already know.
Yeah, 2016, the Ferguson riots, 2020, BLM riots. I wonder what's going to happen in 2024. BLM riots 2.0.
Didn't BLM technically make their own independent nation, like in Chaz or something, or Chop? Well, like a bunch of people died.
Are you talking about where they had their own little territory in like Seattle?
Yeah.
He's talking about the Chaz, and then they came. Then it was called the Chop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine trying to govern a lawless land like that and expect no crime to happen whatsoever.
What was the warlord's name, really quick?
Wait, there was a fucking warlord?
Raz?
Yeah.
Raz?
He had a song. He was a SoundCloud rapper.
Do you know how much crime happened in that move? Oh my god,
dude!
No one knows the second amount.
Crazy. Arkham City in Seattle. We need Batman.
Where's Batman?
We need to launch Protocol 10.
Hey, imagine some black weeb, a black weeb dressing up as Batman.
Bro, we did have Phoenix Jones. Phoenix
Jones went crazy.
He turned to the dark side. He turned evil.
Oh my god, that's too
very
sad.
But don't worry, the Red Power Ranger was there to stop him, bro. Don't worry about it.
Overall, I see SJW's feminism and the black community, all of them are good examples of crabs in a bucket. All of them. Why do I say feminism is the crabs in a bucket, Sir Yeetus? I'll explain. Do you really think that these women that are middle aged, no kids, no husband, none of that shit, she's alone? Do you really think that she's gonna admit that she's wrong, or she's gonna put on a facade and explain how great her life is, and give these young, up and coming, hopeful feminists that false hope? Just think on that, chat. What do you guys got to say about that? I see feminism as crabs in a bucket too.
Yeah. It's what would you say they all chose to just let their hair down? And I think the older women pretty much convinced the younger girls that they're better off being as wide as the fucking Holland Tunnel, like CGA says, than, you know, being able to actually be worth something. Like, was it so fun? Like, are they so evil that they enjoyed those years so much to where, like, even though they can't find a man now, they'll convince a younger woman, that it's just too good to be true. You got to experience it. Like, is it truly the devil's playground for them?
In my opinion, yes. It gives them that rush, that dopamine, messing with all these bad boys. It's just they can't get enough. And we all know that. Let's keep it real. You can never satisfy a woman when it comes to her life in general. She'll never be happy. She will never be happy. She will never be content like a man will be content. All right. Do you know how easy it is to make me content in life? Just hand me a beer. That's it. That's all I need. I'm in my Zen mode. I'm vibing. What do you guys got to say about that?
Speaking of that, I'm about to go crack a zombie dust right now.
Zombie dust. That sounds good, actually. Rishi, you just going to say something?
You know what would make me content?
What?
If Phoenix Jones returned to the fray and saved the city of Seattle. But he didn't. He didn't. He fell. He crossed the line.
Was he in there?
Yeah, he was.
Was he in the chop? He was.
He was in the chop, bro. He became, apparently, I don't know what happened, but he like started selling drugs or something.
Wait, from the fray, like the band, or what do you mean?
What?
You know the band called the fray.
Into the fray. Like, do you not know who Phoenix Jones is, bro?
No, I don't.
Wow.
I probably don't.
You don't know.
Remind me, who the fuck is he?
You don't know. He's a guy that dresses up as a superhero and he fights crime
In Seattle.
in Seattle.
Oh, that person's fucking real? Hold up.
Yeah.
He had his own
I'm
superhero
looking up
team.
right now.
Bro, he had his own superhero team, bro. He had his girlfriend at the time.
Oh, him. Oh. Okay, I remember. Okay. Oh.
Phoenix Joe.
I completely forgot about him. Holy shit.
I will say the only thing Phoenix Jones did wrong was that he unmasked himself a while back.
Yeah, I don't know why he should have kept his identity secret. Like, this will be literally the black version of what's
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Kick-Ass. Yeah.
That'd be
Oh man.
Bro, imagine for a second that he decided to return to, you know, Chaz was forming, lawlessness was going down, people were victimized. I have to put back on the mask. The city needs me.
Like, imagine if there was a Kick-Ass 3, he made an appearance. Oh my god, that would be so sick. Holy shit. I completely forgot. I wonder how much that suit costs anyway.
And then it'd be like the ending of Kick-Ass 2, where all like Phoenix Jones gets all like the superhero LARPers, and they face off against Antifa and the Chaz.
Oh, that'd be bro.
I think there is a Kick-Ass 3.
No,
No.
there's only a second one. There's no Kick-Ass 3.
I wouldn't mind for a third one.
Hey, we could just put up some cameras, film that, and call it Kick-Ass 3 though.
I don't care what anybody say. Kick-Ass was
Bro, you're cutting out.
A lot more realistic, where somebody is able to just put on the suit and get their ass beat a few times until they learn how to fight.
Well, yeah.
And hey, I don't care either. Nicolas Cage was a great. What's his name? Bat
Big
Dad?
Daddy.
Was it
He's
Big
like
Dad? Something
Big
like
Daddy.
that. I'm not saying that. That sounds pretty gay.
Big Daddy.
I'm not saying that shit.
I'm
Big
gonna be
I don't know.
honest. When I was a child, me and my cousin and my brother were watching that, and when he was getting burnt alive, we started laughing.
But my favorite scene of all time from Kick-Ass is when he shot his daughter in the chest with the
Oh my days!
Was it
Dean.
a revolver or a Desert Eagle? A Deagle? I forgot what he shot with, but she went flying. I'm like, bro,
Like, don't worry, sweetie.
If I could teach my daughter how to fight like a fucking bro, that'd be perfect.
Time for a family reunion. Hey, how about you pick out someone your own size? Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know about you guys, but personally, I am gonna put, if I ever have a daughter, if she will be taking some like, I don't know, jiu-jitsu or boxing, whatever it is, I'll make sure she's able to defend herself.
Are you telling me that you're gonna don a mask and be a superhero, Yeetus?
Yeah, somebody
Jones.
Somebody gotta make Kick-Ass 3. Shit.
Somebody got patrol these streets.
Like,
Okay,
you're gonna be seeing on the news screen, Sir Yeetus. Like, what the? I know that motherfucker. I know it.
The Green Skull. That's gonna be your superhero name. The Green Skull.
It's gonna be a triple black belt.
You guys know the twin destroyer, that guy that was just going around and tricking women into.
Don't worry, I'll be your supervillain, Yeetus. I'll just be the
I'm not fighting a fucking mushroom. What?
Shroomer. I'll just be Shroomer.
Shroomer.
The Shroomer.
It sounds like a meme.
The Shroomer.
It sounds like a meme.
I'll be like Red Mist. I'll pull up in my like truck in my sports car. I'll have like a big like mushroom on top, just like a fake one.
Dude.
Hey, what'd you say, Carry On?
Do you know about that swindler, that guy that was just going around and swindling girls? All that money.
Yeetus Jones. That's perfect. Yeetus Jones. Island Hermit.
But isn't America becoming like Gotham City now? Like, you guys have Laurie Lightfoot, who looks like a Batman villain.
Well,
well, at this point, yeah, the lunatics took over the asylum.
Doesn't she look more like Gollum from Lord of the Rings? I saw a comparison, like her eyes to Gollum. Yeah, it was crazy.
Definitely.
Look at Michael's
Doctor.
Look at Michael's. Just call me Lord Humongous. Should I do a review of Kick-Ass Red Pill Edition?
Is that movie?
Oh my days! It has a lot of stuff. The comic is even worse because in the end he doesn't get the girl. But
that's life, you know. Sometimes you don't get the girl.
Oh yeah, but she was flaunting that she slept with the big black guy.
Oh lordy. Okay, I don't know how we got into Kick-Ass, but
because
let's get back on topic.
Phoenix.
I know we're gonna veer off the topic again, but
yes, Detroit needs you. You must don the mask.
Damn, Rishi, scare the fuck out of me.
I'm retired. Don't you know? It'd be like was it The Dark Knight? Frank Miller's The Dark Knight. It's like, I'm retired. It's calling me back. I have to go.
That's true.
You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the only one who knows that story.
Yep.
What
Are we going to go back on topic?
topic?
Topic
Saying
for
no.
the video.
Saying no?
I tried to bring it back, but you guys are going with tangents.
I know. Hey, we
Hey.
have an issue when it comes to. Hey, I'm a big fan of superheroes, so I just had to talk about it.
Yeetus Jones.
No, ain't gonna be no
Yeetus
fucking
Jones. Yeetus
All right.
Jones.
Hey, Gray, what's up?
Yo, hey, Warband. Yeah,
Oh,
just
no.
got it.
Good.
Just got in off of work.
How long have you been listening?
Not that long. Just saw you were streaming now.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, Yeetus, how do you feel about the new Batman movie? I've seen some trailers. It looks pretty good.
I don't plan on watching it, but
I don't know, bro.
I've been giving DC a chance, and they've been failing me lately.
I don't know, bro. You watch the new trailers; they look pretty good to me. It's gearing up like the Riddler's gonna be a good antagonist based on what I've seen. I don't know if the movie's gonna be great.
I don't care what nobody says. Jim Carrey was the best Riddler.
Damn. I watched those movies a lot as a child.
Who was Batman at that movie? I forgot who it was. George Clooney.
Yeah, it was George.
Yeah,
Buster.
it was bad. It was bad. But
Two-Face.
I still see you.
yeah, the Riddler was great.
Cool body.
Oh,
But hey, we're going back on topic.
Let's
Great.
drink some ice.
All right, fuck Schwarzenegger right now. Great.
fuck your freedoms.
Fuck
So-
your freedoms.
What I was trying to explain before, right, is a man's most powerful weapon is saying no when it comes to his personal life, or pretty much saying no to society in general, right? What is your perspective on that stance?
That's absolutely true, because a man's greatest ability is his ability to do stuff. If he refuses to do something for someone, withdrawing his support is basically death for society. Death for anyone he refuses to help that isn't self-sufficient, which is the majority of the population.
Right. What else? What else you have for that? So, for an example, did you have to go through saying no to a woman, saying no to your family, saying no to your friends? What example do you have?
Yeah, I guess I can say, yeah, well, right now, I guess basically when I was on the verge of like the red pill, and I finally had to accept that like she wasn't mine, she was another guy's. And I was like, okay, no, fuck this. You're not just going to fuck your life up and then come to me like when like your own decisions fuck you over. Like you're on your own now.
Exactly. And similar to my situation, when she clearly fucked up with my quick story of, I got to a little argument with the girl that I was seeing, and she like stepped up to me like she was some dude on the street. I was like, huh. I just packed up my PS4 and walked out. I ignored her apologies, her crying, all that shit. I didn't give a fuck. I just like, nah, not today. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, I guess so much of females in particular, they rely on male engagement, and the worst thing you can do to them is to just refuse to participate.
Just
But
like
I even see that
fucking indifference, being stoic.
But it doesn't even just go to women, like kids today too. Like one of my coworkers was talking about like how every time he goes out shopping, his kid asks for like a new lightsaber, basically. And so then he buys the kid the lightsaber, and the kid doesn't use it. And if it's one of those ones you had to assemble, he has to assemble. And it's like, just say no. Just say no to the kid, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
People
just
buy
say no.
shit now. I didn't get shit for my Christmas and birthday sometimes. I just got food.
I know that's the thing. It's like so freaking mind-boggling. It's like,
But I did get what? I got cologne and a few shirts. I was happy about that. I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
okay.
you're happy what you got because they gave you something. Like most times, you ask your parents for something right now, you don't need it. I was like, yeah, I don't need it, and you just go along with that. But if you spoil your child and your child keeps on acting up, it's like, I don't know what's happening. I did everything right. It's like, no, you didn't. You're spoiling your child.
Yeah, I'm always accepting clothes. But fuck it. Hey,
oh
give me all them socks.
yeah, fucking precisely. Is like think of socks for Christmas. You know, people expect you to be fucking disappointed, and it's like, no, man, fucking like fresh pair of socks. God damn, I'm gonna feel amazing for the next week and a half. New, like seriously, like if you ever want to treat yourself on the cheap, like go and get yourself like just a bunch of socks. Get like 5 fresh packs of socks and wear a fresh pair of socks every single day until you're out.
But my best present I got last year was I got a box of like exotic like ramen noodles from like Japan and Korea and all that stuff.
Oh, the good shit.
I was like, this is the best Christmas I had in years. I if you give me some good ass tasty ramen, that's all I need. And I had like a 20 something packets of like various ramen noodles. Fuck yeah. But you know, we got these spoiled motherfuckers. They get pissed off when they don't get the iPhone 13.
Why kids getting iPhones? I still don't understand that.
God, I guess the like for fuck's sake, like never got a fucking cell phone as a gift ever. Like you had to fucking buy that shit yourself and pay for it yourself. So
I got a cell phone in high school. Not high school, middle school. Because you know, it was pretty much needed at that point. So I wouldn't say it was a present. You know, because once you get like old enough, the parents would like to keep contact with you. So, but hey, here's a phone. It wasn't even an expensive phone either. It was a good.
It was a Nokia.
No, it was the Motorola Razr. Everybody had that phone.
Yeah, it was badass.
Yeah, I loved it. And then a few years later, that's when the smartphones started to come out. The original iPhone.
oh god, yeah, and then people got their throats cut over it.
Jesus Christ! What? Wait, just
Yeah, it was like Jordans. I think people were dying over them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought it meant the original iPhone.
Yeah, and yeah. Back in the day, people were killing each other over the original iPhone.
Jesus fucking! It's not that serious.
People could get killed over stupid stuff.
Yeah, I know. Somebody got killed for $30 worth of food stamps.
Like that's the thing. Like an original iPhone back in the day, like that was worth a fair chunk of change. So if people are going to kill over $30, they definitely kill over an original iPhone.
Because the iPods were huge, and then everyone they transitioned everyone from the iPod to the iPhone. You're like, wait a second, I can have my iPod in my phone, and it was just like groundbreaking for your average idiot.
Yeah, and then the joke was that it did everything but make phone calls.
I like my freedom, man. It's not that serious. I like my freedom. Fuck that. I can wait. I waited. How do I say? When did the PS5 come out?
The PS5 still isn't out, I don't think.
No, it's released. It's just out of stock.
It's always out of stock.
Still,
unless you want to do something.
Was it 2019?
Yeah, you have to ask Manic.
PS5 come out?
I think it was 20. Could be 2020.
Hey, chat. When did the PS5 come out?
Bro, did you buy one?
No, it was already gone.
Okay.
I thought it would be available. I thought it did, but then till this fucking day, it's still out of stock. They said that Sony said, "Hey, we're gonna put out more PS5s. If they give it to other countries,
Do you
I'm like,
want to buy one?
still, yeah.
Ugh.
Why are you saying ew?
Ugh.
I like video games.
Yeah, but
But
Sony.
really,
I go there for
Sony?
the exclusives.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is-
yeah, whatever, bro.
But right now, Microsoft is trying to buff up their own exclusives.
well,
Have
that
you-
is really what sells consoles of any kind is the exclusives above everything else. So
Well,
makes
have you
sense.
heard of the recent news, Sirius?
What's up? What happened?
Well, apparently Sony has went out of their way to censor a particular game.
What? Which game?
It is a relatively unknown game. It is called Martha is Dead.
Huh?
It's relatively new news. They censored it because it has a very shocking scene in the gameplay demo, but they are the only ones that censored it. Only
It's
for
about Batman's
PlayStation.
mom.
Why?
Nope.
Like,
Because-
just keep in mind, like Sony lives in California now, so
Well, I can tell you, like it is definitely a hardcore scene, but it is also a mature horror game.
Wow, that's a bitch move. I'm looking at it right now. But it's not going to be modified on Xbox or PC.
Nope.
Come on, Sony. What the fuck?
All right, but the scene, and some people are praising Sony for this, but I'll go and tell you what happens in the scene. So anyway, it's a psychological horror, and there's like a little mini game in the beginning of the demo where your player character, a woman, cuts off a dead girl's face with like a sharp rock.
No, I definitely got to
So
watch it.
it's hardcore, bro.
yeah.
I've already seen enough shit in my life. Nothing really phases me at this point.
But you buy it, yeah, that's what I think too. But like, it's
Well,
like a mature horror game, bro.
most
Yeah.
things won't phase me. Most things. So, I'm definitely going to try to get that game. It should be on PCs as well. Or,
Yeah, it's gonna be on everything.
Okay.
But if you buy it on PlayStation, you're buying a GIMP version.
Yeah, fuck that. No. Well, actually, now I'm mad at Sony now. Why do you don't have to censor that shit? That takes the fun out of everything. If
Yeah,
I
bro.
pay full price, I want the actual experience.
Yeah, this has been like a thing for Sony for a little while now. They like to
Yeah.
censor shit.
But
Most
yeah,
of
it started with the tits and now it's the gore.
Yep. So
Hey,
like,
don't
why
say
even
no.
buy it? Just buy PC, bro. You're gonna
And
if you buy PC, you're gonna get pretty much all the Windows games. You know.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
me-
going to just
And then it's also only a matter of time before you're able to emulate a PS5 anyway.
well, I'm gonna get
Exactly.
the
Not
game.
even emulate your PS5. I mean, Sony's releasing some of their titles
Hey, hold up.
onto
When does this
PC
game come
anyway.
out? When does it come out?
I don't know.
Damn, I
looked
thought
it
you
up.
knew, bro. Anyway,
I haven't looked it up yet.
when it
I
does
could
come
probably-
out, I'm turning off the lights, getting drunk as fuck, playing at midnight. I'm gonna have a good time. I gotta get the most horror experience.
Oh yeah, it's the February 24th. So this
February.
month.
Not
9
that, Not
days.
that far. Not that far. I wonder if it's still $60.
Damn these guys.
I don't know.
Oh,
I know a place where you could get it for less than $60.
They don't have a price for it out yet.
Oh, fine.
Doesn't matter what they sell it for. I know where you can get it for free.
Well,
Oh yeah, we all know where that is.
I heard they're bumping up the video game price to $70. Did it happen yet or not yet?
Not yet, bro.
Not yet. Okay, there is talks.
Yeah, bro. It's like, but the games are honestly getting worse, though.
Yeah, they
Oh, yeah.
put out a half-ass product, right? Not even finished. Talking about there's just glitches and shit. You didn't even finish the fucking game. Then you make people pay for the actual fucking game. You make them pay, what's it called? The Ultimate Edition for the DLCs, and may have to pay a few more things to get everything fixed. I know you goddamn scam Sony or whatever. No, Dice. Fuck you, Dice.
Now, to be fair, like inflation has continued to rise over the past like decade and a half. Video game prices have had to remain at that $60 mark.
Bro, please.
Oh, it's gonna
These
rise.
games aren't worth $60.
Hey, bet it will be $70. Just give it a few years. It'll be
We
70.
already
like-
know.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like chances are no, they're still overpriced for what they are.
Yeah,
But like it's like if quality had remained consistent for the past decade and a half, then I could accept okay, $70. But
Yeah, but like here's the thing. Like I can't really blame these companies too much because we all know it's the people that are just continuously buying shit.
it's the same.
At full
It's the same thing. Like, it basically gamer simps.
Yeah, they're not saying no to all the crap, especially EA. All this, oh, you have to pay for this new content that's technically a part of the game, but we want you to get it later and get more money. Like, game passes are rip-offs. I'd rather buy a game that's like $80 than a game pass because you're going to be doing it all the time until you like. How much money are you actually going to be spending?
But if you
in the
get
end?
Game Pass, then you get to spend $200 on your $60 game.
Yeah, a game that's not even finished. You have
Yeah.
to pay the ultimate extreme whatever package to actually get the completed game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you've got games like indie games like Blasphemous, which release a full game and then provide years of free updates.
Exactly. And how do you guys feel about Grand Theft Auto 6 being confirmed?
I don't know, bro.
I'd have to care in order to feel something. So,
Well, I'm just saying, if you're a fan of the franchise in itself, are you guys gonna wait for 7 more years for the game to come out?
Wait, 7 more? Oh my god!
Well, shit, at this point, might as well. Yeah.
Dude. I mean, I don't think there's any like real excitement given how much they botched what they call it, the trilogy that just came out, the remastered. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
yeah.
Dude, it was, bro. I don't think anyone really. There's not like a real mass of people that care for like AAA stuff anymore. There's probably, I mean, the things that that are actually hyped, you can probably count on your one hand right now, like Elden Ring.
And Ragnarok.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, but these are old titles. You think about it, there's nothing new that's really interesting anymore.
Yeah.
But
And the ones that are interesting are usually like kind of dark horses that come out of nowhere.
I will get GTA 6. But it all depends on how woke it is. That's my biggest concern.
It'll probably depend on that first trailer drop.
Yeah, the trailer is going to be big. I got to see how woke this shit is.
It's gonna.
I was told, there may be a female lead character. Or worse, all female lead characters, because there's plans for them doing the 3-person thing again, but it may be all women.
Can't we just play Saints Row 2 again?
We need to bring back Saints Row. I agree.
No, Saints Row is dead. Just play Saints Row 2.
I know, but what I'm saying is we should bring it back. But
nah, it's
not
never
woke.
coming back.
The franchise.
I know
is
it's
dead.
not coming back. I'm just saying we should.
We should. What are you talking about? It's not like we own the IP.
That's like saying we need to bring Star Wars back. It's like, no, we need to make new shit.
Star Wars needs to die.
Well, that company that created Saints Row or needs to bring back something else that's not flying through fucking space, chilling with goddamn the devil,
Hey.
going to hell and shit.
Those games were epic, bro. I will not shit on those games. Those games
But
were fun.
Saints Row. See, I'm more for, because Saints Row was originally for just that gang lifestyle type shit. Pretty much a great value version of GTA, right? But when it went to Saints Row 4,
We blasting aliens and shit.
No.
Hell yeah.
No. I got the game.
That's gonna be nice.
I got the game. Don't get me wrong, and I did play it. But this whole time I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Bro, what are you talking about? You're the president of the United States. The player is the president.
I already knew it was. Like how?
Johnny Gat returns.
It's just how. Was that you, Carry On?
What? Oh yeah, I probably moved something.
Okay. But back to the topic at hand, right? So within the next few years, right? If we have the next few years, let's keep it real. So do you believe that the feminists, the radical feminists and male feminists, whatever it is, do you believe that they're getting desperate or they're already desperate? When it comes
older
to
ones,
dealing
probably.
with, when it comes to dealing with the group of men that went their own way.
I really don't. I don't know what metric we could use to determine their level of desperation. Like they're
Just-
clearly
just based
some.
on-
There's
just
some
based on
level
what
of
you know.
desperate.
Just
There's some. There's clearly some level of desperate right now. It's just a question of how far can they go.
Well, it depends if World War III is around the corner.
The last thing, World War III pops off, like they kind of
Everyone's
lose. They lose their power if World War III pops off, because at that point people will start saying no, it's fucking World War III, and they lost a lot of their power when COVID was being taken seriously because people were like, "We got a fucking virus going around. We don't have time for your feminist bullshit."
Yeah, and the fact that women could potentially be drafted now. I don't know if the law was passed or the bill was passed, but the fact that they could be drafted as well, it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be, hey, you said we were equal. Hey, pick up that rifle. Go head over there. Go deal with that Ukraine shit. Go deal with Russia and China. Go over there. Oh, well, no, but I'm pregnant. What? Wait a minute. You said it was just a clump of cells. So
It's like, abortion. All right, your abortion doctor's just over there. He'll fix you right up.
but wait, you can't do this. No. This is an obligation now because you, modern feminists, said that it was just a clump of cells. So we will treat it as such and get it removed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got a parasite cancer, whatever. We'll just take care of that, and then you can be back to a fully active service member.
Yep. And okay, but in all seriousness, to be realistic, if they do get drafted, women does get drafted, a lot of them are going to jail. There's no fucking way they're going to agree to go to war. There's no way they're going to agree.
Well, that's the thing. No, they'll find some kind of loophole to be like, oh, well, I'll be drafted, but I'm going to be in some kind of rear line service division.
See, when it comes to the draft, right, there's priorities within the draft on who they should draft or not. I do believe that, drafting women will be at the bottom or near the bottom of priorities. It'll go from healthy males all the way down to,
They'll basically be like freaking PR propaganda pieces. Like 99% of women drafted are never going to see active combat.
And if they do, we lost the war.
Yeah.
Just put it out there. What do you have to say about that? Carry on.
Women going to draft? That's damn. I'm not sure. You've seen what they do.
This is what they wanted.
Well, yeah, we see. Do they really want this, or
Yeah, based on their feminist agenda, yeah.
The feminist agenda
Yeah.
what women want?
Yeah.
Nah, those are two different things. Yeah,
I
like,
know.
sometimes
I know. There's a difference of what they want and what they
say they
truly want. Yeah, but you can't back out now because plenty of feminists out there say that they're equal to men in all aspects. So pick up a rifle. Let's go. We're gonna die in the war zone together. Yeah. Oh, Lordy. But continue to carry on.
Yeah, but if it doesn't make sense to send women out because they just don't seem to be as they're physically inferior to men when it comes to like general situations with combat. Their reactions are slower. Their eyes are not the same. Even the way they think's not the same as men. So
they're
just not
absolutely
built-
they're
just not built for war.
liability. I mean, we had that female fighter pilot who crashed a spy plane into the South China Sea. It's like whoops-a-doodle.
And believe me, I dealt with them personally. I agree with carry on. It's not going to end well if they have to go to the front line. It will be a disastrous situation that the world has like never seen before. Like it will be bad if you actually truly drafted women to go to the front lines. They're pretty much going to be meat shields. Literally. Like, don't get me wrong. There are phenomenal female snipers, but they're not in the front lines. Well, they are in the front lines, but they're not.
Well, they're snipers too.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
out there. They're still in the front lines, but they're not in the action.
Not in the trenches. Although, okay, question though. Who do you think is more effective in combat? A woman, adult, or a male child hopped up on gunpowder and cocaine?
Hitler Youth you're talking about?
Wait. How old is the child? Damn, real talk.
Yeah.
How old is the child?
10.
The child.
I had to think hard on that one.
I had to because an adult woman, I believe, has similar strength to a 10-year-old. But
He is just like,
at the same time,
think.
no, I'm serious because an adult
Brain
woman,
blast.
an adult woman has similar strength to a 10-year-old boy. But what Grace said, he's hopped up on cocaine and shit.
Yeah, brown, gunpowder and cocaine.
He's not going to have any fear. He's not going to back down to a challenge. He's just going to go fucking nuts. He doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. He's just there like Florida Man.
So clearly the solution is we need a bunch of women hopped up on gunpowder and cocaine.
No.
They'll turn on each other.
We just need to get a bunch of crackhead bitches on the front
That's the
line.
we just fucking hop them up, drop them in there, and if we lose them, whatever. And if they manage to clear the objective, great.
Well, because they would definitely turn on us.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't send anyone else in there. It's just the crackhead squad.
It's just they'll turn on each other. Like,
Yeah, whoever's got one up their sleeve, they're gonna kill him first. They'll all get high and then go into battle.
who told you to touch my crack pipe? Who touched my crack pipe? Like, what the fuck? But I agree, and plus I think the youngest person to join the war in American history was 11 years old, I think. Probably even younger, because this was during the Civil War. And I think it was like a 11-year-old kid, and he retired as a general.
What the?
Yeah.
I mean, you start early, you're gonna get one hell of a career out of it, assuming you live.
Yeah, I forgot what this kid's. Well, he's not a kid, but the historical point in his life. This kid, yeah, he was literally the youngest person to ever join a war in American history.
Since I was young, my whole life has been war.
And he can literally say that.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine living a life without fighting. It's in my blood. It's my nature to kill.
It was him that was
Can't fight nature.
Was it him that was forced to get kicked out? I have to look it up. But you know how you get a letter from the president, quote unquote, the letter saying that you are retired from your duties once you reach 65 years old. Because once you hit 65 in the military, you're retired whether you like it or not. You're not getting. You need to sit down, old man.
Well, if you're 65, then you're the new kid on the block for politics.
Pretty much, yeah. But a lot of people, I feel bad for them because, like what Rishi said, all their lives, all they knew was war. That's So it's very scary for people that's been in for at least 20 plus years, 40 years in the military, and then they have to be out there on their own.
I mean, heck yeah,
it's scary for them because what'd you say?
If you start at 20 and then you're forced to retire at 65, you spend twice as much of your life in war as you have out of it.
Exactly. And you have to literally, start over. I'm sure there is a program where an officially retired soldier can live on base if he wanted to. Because there is housing on base where retired soldiers can live in and it's still chill. But if that person that's 65 that has to move out and live on his own outside of base, it's going to be tough for him. It's going to be tough. It's like a person serving jail time for around 20, 30, 40 years. You're pretty much a time capsule. You're not with the times of what's happening out there in the civilian world. You're like, what the fuck is this? Who is this little pump? Like, what are you talking about? Why are the drinks and the food so much bigger? Like, what the fuck? What is this Dougie dance?
Where's the horn that wakes you up every morning?
Oh, okay, that's kind of me.
Where's my horn at?
Oh shit. Oh dude. But when it comes to war, I don't know. I think the point I'm trying to put over is I don't feel bad if women get drafted to go to war. I don't feel bad at all. Like, you wanted this.
I'll be shocked if the politicians have the balls to actually do it. But yeah, but if they do it, I'm just going to be like, well, fuck yeah, all right, let's get some popcorn and watch the shit show play out.
Well, shit, when World War III hits, would you be surprised if they do that? That's a pretty dire situation.
So much of it, I guess, if it was if World War III was basically World War I all over again, then okay, yeah, I could see them throwing a bunch of the infertile ones into the trenches.
Whoa, damn.
Well,
you have kids? Well, you know what that means.
Well, but that's the thing. But let's be honest. You can't. But if you're going World War I and you don't know when it's going to end, you're tossing people in to the fucking meat grinder. You're going to need fresh bodies.
Okay. Before you continue, real talk. Chat right now. Put a 1 if you believe that women should be drafted for war. Put a 2 if you don't believe women should be drafted for war. Continue, real talk.
So throughout his story, we're always told some sort of bullshit lie on why things happen. But that asshole Henry Kissinger that I referred to, the man who's visited the White House under every president for a very long time, maybe since the 70s, since Jimmy Carter, as a foreign policy advisor. He's the guy responsible for moving all the factories to China. He said this about military men. He said, military men are just dumb, stupid animals meant to serve as pawns for bankers in foreign policy, just pawns is on the chess piece. Why shouldn't that be these feminists? These men should be spared. These pigs, like Chronic says, should be put on the front line, and like Gray says, slaughtered.
All right, why is it so quiet in here?
Oh, I thought you
I
were
was
getting
just-
that for a second.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, why if the New World Order has a clown like Henry Kissinger as their front boss or front man, and he's saying that military men are just dumb, stupid animals. No, men aren't dumb, stupid animals. These women are. So why can't they replace what the New World Order guys want? You know, that's I thought that was the most wicked thing a guy like that could say, and he's visited every single president. So it's just like, no, fuck that. Put these worthless hogs up front and then say whatever you want. Like, cause men, we have, like Gray says, if without us, there is no society. Put the worthless blown out boxes on the front line and let them get mowed down.
Yep. He's like, oh, save me. I'm a damsel in distress. Please save me. No. You're going to keep pushing forward and through the trenches, and we're going to fight. But, no, this is what you wanted. Keep going. I have no shame for you. I have no pity, no empathy, no sympathy, nothing. All right? You want to be a man? You want to LARP like a man? I'm going to treat you like one.
Right. But don't worry, we'll let you pick out exactly where your grave is.
Yeah, don't worry. Like, hell.
Like we got 10 million plots set aside for you. So you
Hell,
get to pick.
Yeah, in fact, they should, have them assign where they should be buried before they head out to war. Like,
No, it's like flight. It's like a flight. You get to pre-register your grave.
like, that's terrifying, but it is what it is. Hell, I have to pay for government life insurance just in case, I kicked the bucket. But I accepted it, all right? Because I knew what I was getting into. I signed up for it. I'm able to take accountability for my actions. Just imagine the whirlwind of screams and complaints and moaning when women get drafted. Oh, it's going to be crazy. You can't make me do that.
Yeah, this
you
gun
can.
this gun I have says I can't. It's called court martial. So
Have you heard of Fort Leavenworth? What's that? Oh, it's a free vacation, in a hotel.
yeah, it's like have you heard of a firing squad? Because it's like you say you can die, freaking 40K commissar style is like you can die out there or you can die right now.
Yeetus, on your original side argument with the feminists, one thing I wanted to ask the panel here was how many feminists like that are confirmed and they're proud of it, flaunting it. How many of them are getting government assistance? What percentage of those feminists would we say?
Definitely, I'll say 85%.
Yeah, and again, some form.
Well, that's the thing. Depending on your definition of government assistance, it would probably qualify as all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
with that said,
I see what you're saying.
so
They're
with that
probably all
said,
working they're all college teachers or some shit like that. Oh,
Yeah. So with that said, I'm thinking like kind of along the lines of TFM's argument, until that assistance is pooled and like a major shift or paradigm shift happens within like the country and all the socialism and welfare shit, it's just like, I don't know. I don't think the sun's ever going to set on feminism until they really get their bloodline pulled from Big Daddy government.
And I'm going to read this right quick. Cesspool. We're in a global coup d'etat. Bioweapons have been deployed. Elimination protocols have been enacted. We're in World War III. Are we in World War III, or would you say we're in Cold War 2.0?
Did the Cold War even stop?
No, I don't think the Cold War ever stopped. to
They
begin with.
claim that it ended. They claimed.
Well, I could claim that I'm 6'5", but I.
It doesn't make it true.
I think this is a economic World War. There's actually a program called the Belt and Road Initiative. There's a guy who shed light on this, and his YouTube channel gets deleted over and over. He's actually under the UN refugee status. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't want you to get yeeted. But nevertheless, he uncovered that China, Russia, and Israel have formed a pact with the Belt and Road Initiative. I guess Israel's like the data center of the world now. Russia has all the natural resources, and of course, China has the manufacturing. And we're basically going to be left out. The prime minister, I'm not even going to say his name, but he's been in there for a while, of Israel. He said, America, and I quote him, America is the golden calf. We're going to use it up until it dries and blows away like dust in the wind. So we're basically under an economic world war. And I think the bioweapons that Successful is talking about is also within that, because during the beer bug, I remember reading the statistic that if someone didn't have insurance and they got admitted to any health organization, there was like $44,000 from taxpayer money. And if they got put on one of those things that their lungs shouldn't be on, I'm not even going to say the name, it was an additional $13,000. So it's like we've kind of been in an economic biomedical war against this country. And I think there's a plot for it.
Like, that's the thing. Like, there's definitely actions that have been taken within the past couple years to kill large numbers of people. Some of it has been through traditional means like guns, but do we really need formally defined battle lines and generals around war tables pointing this stuff out? Like, no, it's like World War I was not fought the same way World War II was. World War III is not going to be fought the same way as World Wars I and II. So
World War III will be fought with, most likely, hopefully it doesn't, but let's keep it real. Most likely with nukes. And then World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think that it is being fought with nukes. Nukes are just that deterrent that keep us from using the same tactics as World War I and II.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because in the end, we all lose if it gets to that point.
Exactly. But that means that World War III can't happen because an objective can't be won. Therefore, World War III has to be fought with something other than nukes. Information, propaganda, eugenics, all kinds of ways to kill people without it being something that can trigger a nuclear counterattack. Because people still want to win a war. They don't want, no country wants the nukes to go off because they lose.
The subversive element.
Exactly. Ideological subversion. That's exactly what I was going to say. Take it down from within without firing one shot.
Again, like, think about how many potential soldiers, how many soldiers have been killed by feminism through abortion? Millions. Armies have been annihilated in ways that World War I and World War II could never have imagined.
Yep.
I agree.
Through laws, they've been able to hamstring us.
Hey, I'm gonna read this right quick. Feral Ravage, World War IV, back to monkey. That's true. Because let's say if it does get to that point, and let's say if there is survivors, we are going to regress.
It's going to be
500 years. We're going to regress like way back.
No, I don't know if it'll be 500 years. I'd say, well, because the technology doesn't all disappear. Like, you would have to nuke so much surface area. I actually don't think that there are enough nukes on the planet to successfully carpet bomb every pocket of technology on the world.
No, but it's enough to take out humans.
I don't know. Like, think about, like,
do you know
now, admittedly, I'm not an expert on like nuclear arsenals, but like, say China unleashed absolutely every nuke it had at the US. Would it be enough to cover every square inch of inhabited dirt?
No, but they wouldn't need to do that. They'll just need to go for the major city masses and where all the people that are important and like with all this like high tech stuff will be. They're not going to go for like.
But they don't. Okay, but then you leave all the rural areas, and the rural areas are not inhabited by fucking cave dwelling apes.
Yeah, but how far do you think they'll go back?
What's the thing? 500 years is too far. That's going to take us back to the Renaissance when they were fucking using archery and primitive weapons. It's going to be more like 100 years, or I say pre-industrial revolution, but we're not going back to the dark ages.
Well,
We still have guns.
You do know the nuclear weapons between the U.S., China, and Russia. We have enough to destroy the world 5 times over.
Yeah, there's the Satan II missile from Russia. That's what I think NATO named it. It can take out the size of France or Texas, just one missile, because it has 24 individual warheads that go in their own respective directions that you basically can't stop. And that's why Putin said in the early 2000s on camera, if the U.S. wants to build defense, we're going to go offense because it's cheaper and you won't be able to stop us, essentially. I'm not going to lie. I learned from a Russian physical professor. They have a specific institute of jet propulsion technology, and they've led the world like basically since the start of weapons development.
But that's the big thing, though. In the end, like we said before, everybody loses. Like there will be no winner. So that's why countries right now, we're being very wary on. They're treading carefully. They're walking on glass on how they should deal with the Ukraine situation, the Taiwan situation, the Middle East situation.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even on the note of the Ukraine one, like, there's already been a de-escalation today.
Yeah, I kind of figure as such because I believe that the big media is just using the situation as a scare tactic.
Well, but I think it also works in Putin's favor because he's managed to get a bunch of concessions. Like, which, if you think, like, was he really after those all along? Like, he makes it look like he's going for Ukraine, but really he's only after a couple concessions that strengthen his position and don't give a benefit to anyone else. And in the end, he doesn't have to shed any blood.
Also adding to this, it turns out that Ukraine is one of the biggest grain suppliers in the world, and Russia's very big, but Ukraine's even bigger. So this could be a sideline plot of the powers that shouldn't be to really wreck food prices and to put the world into like a food scare too.
Well, Ukraine said themselves that they're not that, concerned. There's video evidence of people just continue to do their own thing. Nobody's evacuating. Nobody is freaking out, going crazy. Yeah, there's a select few that's getting ready just in case. But in general, Ukraine's not worried because on top of that, Ukraine and Russia have been having issues for around 7-8 years now. So
yeah, I think the two concessions, if I remember this correctly, I don't know how up to date everyone else is, but that Ukraine cannot join NATO, and 2, there can't be any action against the Russian separatists inside Ukraine.
right.
Puniti.
Hey, what's going on, Fish?
Unity.
What up, Fish?
I just wanted to add something what was Ray was saying about no country wants to just nuke the other country, right? Because they want to take it over. But my rebuttal to that would be, what about Iran? If they get the bomb, they nuke us, we nuke them. They think they get 72 virgins and we go to hell. So how, you forgot about that little nugget.
Okay, the soldiers on the ground might think that. The leaders at the top are not so delusional.
Iran does not have enough firepower to even put a dent.
Well, I'm just saying,
I
know they don't have a nuke, but if they're Muslim, they think they get 72 virgins if everybody gets nuked off the planet. So
you're not going to get to the top of you're not going to survive at the top of the political totem pole with that kind of thought process.
Well, Muslims are not, right? What I'm trying to say is, even if they do shoot those nukes, they're going to get annihilated by not only NATO, but Russia and China as well.
Well, A, they're going to get nuked, and B, it doesn't matter if they have a bomb. They need a bomb that can get past the missile counter.
Okay, I think my point is they're crazy enough to actually do that shit is what I'm trying to say.
Well, Putin is crazy enough to fucking use it. He said it himself. He said he was going to use it.
Well, that's the thing. We do have missile defense systems for that. 1 or 2 bombs or nukes. They need an arsenal that can get past an anti-nuke grid.
But Gray, at the same time, they do have nuclear missiles. It will be very difficult for our defenses to even take over or block.
I'm just saying that don't assume that they wouldn't do it.
Well, not to take away.
No,
Not
we assume all countries with nuclear missiles are willing to do it.
Right.
Not to take away from your point, Fish, but it turns out that the two leaders of Iran right now both have Swiss bank accounts. One actually got his PhD in Sharia law in Ireland, if that makes any sense. So I'm pretty sure the leaders have been I'm pretty sure the leaders of Iran have been subverted. They're in bed with the bankers. So there are factions of the Middle East that are extremists, and they would love to see this country burned to the ground. But the leaders, they're kind of, if they haven't been controlled through the banks, then the CIA's gotten to them, unfortunately. Saddam.
Well, that may be true, but what I would say to that is leadership changes all the time. Just because a moderate guy's in charge now doesn't mean that they'd be overthrown by the crazy ones that think that way.
Well,
the crazy ones aren't going to get international banker support.
Yeah, the general.
Say, Fish, hold up, I gotta say this. I see what you say, Fish. What's some crazy motherfucker from Iran is able to get a hand on these nukes?
Yeah, you don't know where it's gonna go. Once the nukes are made, you don't know who gets them. Aren't there still nukes from the Soviet Union that we don't know what happened to them?
There's only 4 nukes in the world that we lost. Around the world, there's 4 nukes that is just somewhere that we know of, and that's what they told us. Okay, they're saying that there's 4 nukes out there. There could be a lot more. I agree, but in the end, I don't think
it's chilling to think about.
Yeah, I know. But any leader that has hands on these nukes, I'm sure, even in Iran, they're gonna make sure to the utmost ability that it stays in the right hands. Okay, there's only that very, very, very small percentage of a motherfucker waking up one day you know what? I'm just gonna end the world.
But even then, so let's assume that some schmo without any political connections does have it. So what? He can't launch the damn thing. What's he going to do? Get a giant slingshot?
Because at least in the U.S., we have 2 that we know of, right? Because that's what they tell us. There's 2 different people that have separate suitcases that are never together, ever, at all times. That holds the codes to the nukes. That they're never together, ever. Only when there is a situation such as World War III is when they will come together. That's the only time they'll come together is when they actually plan on using nukes. I'm not saying that Iran has that similar method, but I'm sure they make sure that it won't get into the wrong hands because once again, everybody loses.
Well, to reinforce, I'm going to end with this. To reinforce both points, the people actually wanted that general that got killed by Trump, where they airstruck him. The people wanted him to run for president, and he kept saying, no, I'm just always going to be a loyal soldier. So I think there was really strong talks about putting him in power, someone who could actually do what Fish, I think, is alluding to, and what Yeetus is talking about, someone who had the power to be backed by the people and do what the people want, do what the radicals want. But as you can see, the dude who could pull those strings, a fucking missile blew him up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's the new world order for you.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Because if a man is willing to throw away his life like that and intentionally try to shoot nukes, even if he escapes before it happens, they will find out who did it. And
I got a story about nukes actually. If Hiroshima and Nagasaki were not nuked, I would not exist because my grandfather was set to be part of the invasion force of Japan, and they were expected to take over 80% casualties. So literally, if those nukes didn't fall, I would not even exist. It's kind of freaky to think about. I just thought I'd share that.
Why do you say that? Because
my grandfather would have been killed in the invasion of Japan, of mainland Japan.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Fish got nukes.
There's many reasons. It's one of them.
Okay, I'm sorry. trying to
Yeah.
laugh about it, but hey, that's a coincidence right there.
There's something I think about sometimes. It's weird.
I do believe we're in a Cold War. We've been in a Cold War. They claim that's the end of the Cold War, but like what Gray and everybody else said, it never ended ever.
Like it's still going on. We're still having communist subversion tactics killing off millions upon millions of US citizens and others around the world all the time. So like that's the thing in terms of body count, it's a very hot war. It's just not using traditional warfare that would be recognized by most people.
Because in total, how many people died in Iraq and Afghanistan? Was it 4,000 or 12,000? I think it was 12,000. Let me see. Let me look it up. Because that pales in comparison with the World War and all that stuff. Pretty much, this war had the
if you're looking at,
deaths.
But that's the thing. But if you're looking at body count, that's one thing. Like I think in the scale of war, I'd look more at economic damage. Because that's really what you're after with warfare is you want to cause economic damage to your opponent.
Yeah, but Sleepy Joe left billions of dollars of our equipment over there? Yeah. In Afghanistan, not just Iraq.
Is it millions or billions?
Right,
yeah,
billions.
Like they're currently driving the Humvees. There's a few Afghani pilots flying our helicopters.
Yeah, I remember Hammer saying that was a payoff, and I'm inclined to agree because how do you leave billions of dollars of shit? Like, I don't know, man.
It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hear about?
What'd you say?
Sorry about that. Did you guys ever hear the story? This is a legit thing. You can research it. Somehow Iran was able to land one of our drones. Like somehow they had been given technology, and it was alluding to a comment. I had commented on one of your videos, Yeetus.
Wait,
basically,
when the fuck did they get drones?
They hacked the drone?
They hacked one of our drones and successfully landed it. And it was like somehow one of the military contractors that works within the Pentagon had gotten caught up with communist, whatever, Iran. And this has happened with China. That's how China was able to replicate our F-35. After we upgraded the helmet on one of our fighter jets, it was the Russian counterpart got the same upgraded helmet. So people from within the Pentagon, and that's what that one guy, I can't say his name, that's what that one guy exposed because he was down in Australia and he exposed how it was happening within Australia's weapons development, where military contractors are in bed with our enemies against the West, and they're selling off our technology to where these Joe Schmoes don't get put in prison. They'll go back to Congress and beg for more money. So after our enemies get our technology, we have to get more taxpayer money to make it even more advanced so they can't catch us. So somehow the Iranians were able to literally land one of our fucking drones. And I researched this shit. I'm like, someone had to give them the technology.
Yeah, that ain't no small leak, bro. That's that's huge, man.
Well, I'm not surprised.
And it's all hush hush. It's all fucking hush hush. And if Americans actually knew about this, especially veterans who could really band together, because the veterans are a big brotherhood. It's like a fraternity when you think about it. And the ones who have
personally, believe me.
Yeah, the ones who have all the power and influence, if they caught wind of this, but the mainstream doesn't want to tell you this because they're in bed with it's all, I call it like this. It's all a big antichrist network working in tandem to destroy this fucking world, man.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. It's getting crazy to the point where a lot of men, actually, that's another reason why men are taken away from their families, because at least when I was taught by my father is question everything. Question everything. And then it was reinforced with the Assassin's Creed game, the first Assassin's Creed. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. I'm like,
Yeah, that was the best one of the series.
Yes, with Altair chat. And that really got me thinking. I'm like, what do you mean by that? You know, and turns out that history it favors the victor. The victor writes down what is true in their perspective, not the actual truth. You know that's something that a lot of men these days they don't do anymore. They just roll. They just go with the flow. They just you know. Oh, let me do a TikTok dance. Oh, let me just get famous on YouTube. Let me just work this job. You know, everything is good. I trust my government.
No one thinks ahead. They only think two spaces. They don't think 5 or 10. It's like what's directly in front of me.
Which is insane. Oh, uh, Free Ross, peak Altair or peak Ezio, who wins? That's hard. That's a hard thing to say. If people who play the Assassin's Creed games, this is very difficult. I say peak Altair wins. I'll explain. I'll explain why. Oh, what'd you say?
He probably has way more training in general than.
Training and intelligence as well. I believe Altair will outsmart Ezio. Even though Ezio is a very smart dude himself, don't get me wrong. But you can't outsmart the OG, Altair. I completely forgot about that. Peak Altair has the damn apple, bro. I remember that. And, you know, sidetracking. That's why I love the Assassin's Creed games, because not only it will teach you some type of history, even though there's a few things that are inaccurate, they're able to put it in a way where you're able to actually learn some good philosophical ideals and stuff. I love it. I love it. Yep. Cesspool says himself, Altair. Yep. Even though I'm a big fan of Ezio, he's my favorite assassin. Altair will win. Okay. I'm sure you guys never played Assassin's Creed before, or what?
I played it a long time ago.
Yeah, I
One
think
of the first ones.
I think I played the first two and Black Flag.
I was 12 years old. I stopped at Assassin's Creed 3. That's when I stopped.
Is that the one that in America?
Yes. Yes.
hell.
What's his name? Connor?
Yeah, you guys fighting the birds.
Yes. Yeah, I stopped with Assassin's Creed 3. After that, I haven't played. I heard that Black Flag was good, but I just never
Yeah.
played it.
People said it was the best pirate game that out. So yeah, that's why people liked it a lot.
But with Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, I believe that's one of the best trilogies in the history of gaming. Anybody want to? Does anybody disagree with that?
Trilogy?
Trilogy.
Yep, it's
I hate those trilogies.
Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. You got his story from his childhood. Well, when he was born, pretty much all the way up until he retired as an assassin.
I'm not sure. I haven't played every trilogy, but
I
I'm
thought the
sure
story
it's
was great.
I'm sure it's one of the best, but are you saying it's the best?
No, I said in the beginning, it was one of the best.
okay. Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that there's not too many stories out there where they actually go from beginning to end, like
Mass
throughout
Effect
a
had one.
person's life.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it great because it goes through a person's
No.
life.
The story is good as well because you actually able to connect with Ezio a lot better than Altair because you only meet Altair as an adult, but you know why Ezio became an assassin. You know his intentions. You know when his agendas change depending on the situation, and then you're able to see it through all the way up until he's like, you know what? I think I've done enough. I am retiring as an assassin. I'm done. Which I think is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, it's just me. I know. I'm just talking video games, you know.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking video games. That's all.
Well, most people, I guess, most people play games without actually like there's a lot of information that people sneak into games. Like they might find it interesting and like think they're the good guys, but a lot of stories you find like the good guys and bad guys they change. Like people want freedom could be good people, but they could be shitbags at the same time, or people that want people that want tyranny are only horrible people because.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
yeah,
there's not too many games that's able to get me so invested. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's another good game that I got invested in? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2? I think it was 2. That's another good game I got invested in.
Yeah, the one where the Jedi and Sith are getting wiped out by the Eternal Empire.
Yes. My biggest thing when it comes to video games is plot. Plot is very important to me.
Well, plot and gameplay. If a game has crap gameplay but a great story, like just make this flipping movie.
I see what you're saying. I agree. What do you say about that, Rishi? That plot is the most important thing to me when it comes to playing RPG or campaign game.
I don't know, bro. Maybe you should just watch a movie.
Yeah,
But
I'll just kidding. But
it's way more. You can interact a lot more with a video game compared to movies.
no, it's gameplay.
If you have a
Gameplay
shit
is
game-
always king. Because
I
you're not
mean,
gonna play.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
The funness of the game.
gameplay is important, yes, but plot for me personally is the most important. If you cannot get me interested fast enough, I'm dropping that game. I don't give a fuck about the gameplay.
That explains why you like PlayStation games.
Oh
Man,
Hey,
that's why.
I play
You
Xbox
want
games
those
too.
walking simulators?
Hey, I play Xbox games too. I play it all the time.
join the
play-
PC master race.
You played the original Halo 2002?
Now I played Halo 2 and 3.
All right. So I've been doing this longer than you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you're older than me.
And
You
my
should
points
have
are
been doing
dead.
it longer.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't
My
mean
points
you're
is
right.
dead.
War.
Doesn't mean
I'm
you're
dead.
right, Boomer.
I'm definitely right. Is Halo trash?
Which one?
Not
Like
saying is Halo
4.
any Halo. Is Halo
Hey, we
trash.
can't bundle them all up.
No,
into
Yeah,
one
I
game,
didn't.
I don't know if we
right?
have enough time
No.
to.
I
Nah,
didn't finish my point. You gotta let me finish.
You
before
asked us
guys
the
go off.
question.
Yeah,
You
but
asked us the question, though.
But you didn't answer my question. Is Halo trash?
What question? Is Halo trash?
Yes.
No.
So when it comes to Halo, right? Since I played since 2002, you know the biggest thing was the campaign, right? And the campaign
Yeah,
was
the
fucking awesome.
gameplay. The gameplay was awesome.
Halo was king. I remember my
But
brother had that shit
The
set
story was important as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So
The
that's
story
just
was
one
good.
of many examples of me personally. I put plot above all else. The gameplay could be and I'll still be invested if the story is good. I'm talking about mainly RPG games, campaign games. I'm not saying all games. I know there's games out there you just fuck around.
Yeah,
Similar
I like
to
Mario.
that Saints Row 4 shit.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You're talking about
Yeah,
Saints Row. Do you
yeah,
know there's a
yeah.
new there's a new Saint Row game?
What?
There's a new
Which
Saints
one?
Row
He's
game.
talking about the reboot.
There's a reboot. Oh shit.
He does.
You don't know about the reboot, bro?
No. Why would I want to get the reboot when it's the same thing?
Are you talking about the reboot or the remake they're doing?
remake.
Carry on.
The reboot, the Saints.
Oh.
So it's the
You're
same game, but better graphics.
So you're talking about Saints Row the Third reboot, or
The one that everyone was pissed off because it was so woke.
oh, you're talking about the remake? He's talking about the remake, the Saints Row, the one where like they're like all college kids and shit.
Oh, so this is gonna be like a new.
Do you not? Have you not seen any of this stuff,
No, I haven't.
bro? I thought you were a gamer. You don't keep up with this shit news.
Hey, I'm semi-retired at this point.
True.
He's a
I'm
mobile gamer.
semi-retired at this point. I've been gaming since I was 4 years
I'm
old.
a
man.
gamer.
I'm
You don't
retired.
even know
I'm
about
pulling the Tom Brady. I'm
yeah. Whatever you
fucking
say, old
semi-retired,
man.
bro.
Old man.
Oh, say
He's
it again.
drinking white
I showed
girls.
you the
Drinking the
image,
white girls.
Boomer.
But Andre Chronic, the Reshroom.
The reshroom.
What does that mean?
Remake.
So,
It's Rishi's villain name.
so let me see. Saints Row is getting injected with woke shit. Yeah, good thing I didn't hear about it.
Yep.
Doesn't even make sense.
Ruby in chat.
Yep, BioShock and what's
Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil. I didn't play Resident Evil like that until Resident Evil 4.
Damn.
I did. And BioShock, phenomenal. I fucking love BioShock. But
Which Bioshock you talking
Hold
about
up.
though?
so you just watch output with those arthritic fingers, your old ass. Jared, I can't even say that. What's that?
Geriatric looking.
All right, very accurate looking.
Grandpa
Can
old man.
May as well have a fossil Sloan skelly dude. I'm a fucking skeleton. What do you expect?
Grandpa old man. Hey Grandpa. What kind of games you played back in the day? Did you play some
I
Pong?
used to
Did you
play
play
a
some
bunch of
Tetris?
spades. Do you guys play horseshoe? I play horseshoe. Fuck y'all. Anyway, where's the BioShock? Yeah, definitely phenomenal. I love it. At one,
I really
2,
like Gears of
Infinite.
War. That was my jam.
Gears of War, it was good, but I liked the multiplayer better, even though I got destroyed.
Dumb.
The newer Gears aren't so
aren't
great,
they
but the
coming
older
out?
ones are good.
Is there a Gears of War 4?
They're up
Yeah.
to 5 now.
5 now? Oh shit! Oh, God damn.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh man, but do you guys have anything else to say about the topic, like, or do you want to speak on anything else? That's red pill.
I like to. I just want to shout out Rishi for helping me out with my little character guy here. If anybody needs a good hand of artwork,
Oh,
hit him
you
up.
drew that, Rishi?
Oh yeah.
You told me last time, Fish. My bad.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's a
He's
good
getting
drawing.
old.
Who's
I told him if he wants to come up with
Starting
a
to forget things.
Oh, where's my AARP shirts? Great. What do you have to say about the topic or anything else?
I guess, yeah, reiterating that on the topic, like, men are required to do essentially anything. Your ability to say no and your willingness to say no, like, that holds an incredible amount of power, and like, people should honestly exercise it more, because it's so easy for them to say yes just to get things along, and then you end up broke, destitute, and no one respects you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And real talk, where you at? Real talk is gone. Carry on. So, what do you have to say about the
My
topic
bad.
or
My bad.
anything else?
Hey, he's back.
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, you're going first now.
Who go first? Me or him?
You carry on, Dan.
Okay. I was just making sure. Well, how to say it? Like, if we go by the topic, yeah, what Gray said is right. Like, we are technically the cogs in the wheel and machine, the big machine that crushes all of us down. And if we just choose not to work, they can't replace us because if enough of us actually stop doing this bullshit and actually focus on ourselves and actually don't waste our time on women or men that are just doing bullshit, we can stop the machine from going completely crazy and crushing us down and destroying us and making our literal lives hell. But I have to blame Simps. Like, they're yes men. They're yes men to women or men. And being a yes man is never good because you get fucked by everyone. Your wife wouldn't respect you if you actually have a wife. Your family won't respect you because you're just going to be that guy that they call on after they like. Let's say this: your family always known to make mistakes, but they're always calling you because they know you're going to fix that amount of mistakes, and that cycle is going to keep on happening. Your boss will call you anytime something bad happens at work and they need extra hands. So you're gonna waste your time dealing with other people's problems because you're always saying yes. You're not saying no. You don't have boundaries. You're just a open book. Your house is open for anyone to come in and take whatever they need. Yeah, it's nice to help people, but there's at a certain point where you have to like stop and you have to refill water because in the end, how are you gonna like save people if you can't save yourself? But I feel like people don't even realize that you don't even have the red pill or have like be in the sector to have like that idea of look after yourself before you even bother trying to help other people. They always say that on like airplanes, like put on your mask first before you put on other people's masks.
Word.
I agree. All right, real talk. What about you?
To go with what I started with and to get the full quote from Scarface, all I have in this world is balls and my word. So being indifferent is basically having the balls to walk away and say no. And when you say no, that's your word. Do not go back on it. And your life is going to excel. Your life is going to propel because she is not the prize. You are the prize.
Bam. That is definitely true, man. Rishi, what do you think about the stream?
Yeah, it's like I will reiterate what I said earlier on saying no. It's honestly, you consider your options when dealing with all these people that are looking to get one over on you or do you harm, goad you into doing something really stupid. Walking away, saying no, exercising, you know, your voice, your choice to abstain from things, to not escalate, that's going to become very useful in the years to come, gentlemen. So remember that.
Yes, I definitely agree 1,000,000%. All right. So, chat, hopefully you got some gems today because literally you setting your boundaries and saying no to the people that wants you to conform to their ideals and what they want out of you, that's the biggest thing you can do in 2022 because hey, whether you believe it or not, chat, these motherfuckers, they're on the hunt. They're on the hunt for you. So you're the one that's able to take care of them. You're the one that's they're able to manipulate and control. Don't be that person. Tell them to fuck off and walk away. Hopefully,
Don't
guys,
underestimate the power of no. You know?
no, don't at all. Because what can they do? They can't do shit. You gotta think on that, gentlemen. Thank you for joining the live stream. This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully, you guys had your daily dose of red pills. Also, be on standby for Undead Chronic Extreme in an hour and a half. Okay?
We'll see you
I
there.
am out of here.
Hood Yeetie.
Unity.
BT! Yeah.
Peace.
Damn, Bioshock was right. it.